and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education-based IHSAA varsity football game. Tonight's radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. It's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM or WIBC.com. Today's game going to feature the Twin Lakes Indians as they travel to Tipton High School to do battle with the Tipton Blue Devils. I do want to mention we're going to start this out with an interview that was taken back in Colts camp. It was the second day of Colts camp. A gentleman, very gentleman indeed, Mr. Rick Venturi. Rick Venturi, he now does analyst type of stuff. You'll hear him on the radio for all the Colts home games. You'll hear him with Matt Taylor. Matt Taylor would do the play-by-play. And Rick Venturi will add the color commentary. And what a gentleman. He knows a lot about the sport. And you'll find out. He used to coach the Colts. Just stay tuned, and he'll also let you know he coached the Saints. And we're going to let you hear the interview. It's about 9 minutes. It was taken second day of Colts camp about 3 weeks ago. Right now, we're here. We're going to have a chat with Mr. Rick Venturi. Rick Venturi, I tell you what, he is passionate about the game. Great to see you, sir.
Good to see you, man. How's everything going? Your training camp is here, and this is my wheelhouse.
Absolutely. This should be your wheelhouse. I tell you what, you coached Northwestern, but I got to back up and say, well, last we touched with each other, it was at Erica's place there by the bridge in Noblesville.
Oh, that's my go-to. That's my go-to breakfast. Been going to Sid's a lot. I mean, I hang out right there in that corner between Erica's and Sid's, but I love Erica's both in Cicero and in Noblesville. I love Erica herself. It's just always fun. Always fun.
You're a local guy. You know about Morse Lake.
Oh God, I live on the Harbor Trees golf course. My son lived on the lake, but yeah, that North Harbor is our stomping grounds now.
And then we got to mention when we were at Erica's place, I got to meet your wife, Sherry.
Miss Sherry's been with me she's gone through 1 million kickoffs. I mean, we've been married for like 57 years, so she's shared in all these kickoffs all these years.
You have a son and a daughter with her.
Yeah, I do. My daughter runs the Cleveland Opera Company, not Cleveland, the San Francisco Opera Company out in California. And Jason, my son's a very successful business guy in Noblesville. So I'm proud of them. They're in their 50s now, believe it or not. But, yep.
You are successful with every Venturi. No pun intended.
Oh, thank you. You know, I don't know if I'm successful. I think I work at it and give you a good day's work.
That's a humble way of saying it, sir. I'm going to mention Colts preseason. You're going to do some home games. We're going to hear your voice.
I'm going to, this year, because of this bad knee of mine that'll get fixed in January, I'm going to just do home games this year. So I'll be doing the preseason Green Bay game here, and then I'll be with Matt on all the home game radios. I just have to cut back. I can't. The challenge on those road games is a little bit too much for me, but we'll get it fixed and be back, full metal jacket.
How about JMV?
Oh, I love JMV. We always do our key shows. We have one coming up just before the regular season where we talk about, after I've looked at everything in preseason, we talk a lot then about what the season's going to hold.
I tell you what, you're going to hold a good season. I'm going to mention Indianapolis Colts radio, 36 affiliates that I know of.
Oh, yeah. No. We have a wide brush. Great fan base. This is my second act. I mean, I was here when we first came, and all these years later, 40-some years later, and just hopefully this year we can give them something to really be proud about. It's a little flat right now, expectations, but that's not all bad. I think this team is probably good enough to be a contender, and it's all going to come down to quarterback play.
We can tell your knowledge is off the charts. We're going to back up just a bit to let people remember that Rick Venturi took over for the Colts as the head football coach. That's about the mid-'90s, wasn't it, sir?
Well, I've taken over for two teams, two NFL franchises. 91 with the Colts. They fired Ron Meyer in the middle of the season. And then I took over for Jim Mora at the New Orleans Saints when he actually just quit. Just quit at midseason. And so, I've had that experience. It's not an easy one, but Certainly one I enjoyed, both of them.
I tell you what, we're looking forward to hearing you and Greg Rakestraw. I don't want to talk too much about him.
Oh, he's the best. I am so fortunate with Greg, who I work with in the preseason, and then Matt Taylor. I mean, I'm just blessed. I mean, I've just worked with two of the very best in the business. People locally don't even know how good these two guys are. They're better than almost all of the national guys, to tell you the truth.
Greg Rakestraw told me while Bob Lamy was there that Matt Taylor was next in line.
Yeah, he's just absolutely tremendous. Super preparation, great voice, great enthusiasm. I got to make sure I don't step on his toes, tell you the truth, because he is just wonderful.
I don't want to step on Bob Lamy's toes. Hockey Bob, we love him.
Yeah, for sure. Bob and I, this goes way back to 91. Bob and I kind of grew up together here. And Bob, when I took over for Ron Meyer, Bob Lamy and I did the radio show once a week.
Coach, I got to mention, I heard you on 107.5 at 9 a.m. You had some good words. They say that you told them that you like motorcycles and dire straits.
Yeah, my passion, I've never done much else in my life, never golf, never tennis or anything like that. I was consumed with my job, but I've been a motorcyclist for years. Started here, actually, back in 1985, got my first bike. And I've ridden ever since. I ride every day I can, and that is my tranquilizer. That gets me out in the country. I'm up in your neck of the woods. I've seen every cornfield in northern Indiana, but I absolutely love that. And, yeah, I grew up, of course, my age-wise, I go from Elvis to the Rolling Stones, but my kids were in the MTV generation. So, the Claptons, and I love Dire Straits. I still play them to this day.
We take the walk of life every day.
Every day, and Money for Nothing is my all-time. I watched the other day a Money for Nothing that was done in a British concert, and Clapton played with Knopfler, Sting sang, and Phil Collins did the drums. Check that out. Check that version of Money for Nothing. And it's one of the all-time great rock songs.
Mark Knopfler, he knows the chords.
Oh, he does. He does. But put him and Clapton together, for God's sake.
I tell you what, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Are we doing okay?
We're doing okay.
So we're going to talk just a little bit about post-draft breakdown. You analyze the impact of the 2025 rookie class and more. You have a webcast.
Yeah, I do. Every Wednesday on the Colts Network, Colts.com, I do a 50-minute inside football podcast. I think you'll enjoy it during the season. It's a real breakdown on Colts and you won't find a better breakdown on the opponent we're going to play. You want to be ready for the game on Sunday. You want to listen to that podcast. We post every Wednesday afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock.
I tell you what, I know you are defensive-oriented. Amen. I see you raising your hand. You're going to have a conversation here right there. And who's that gentleman?
That's Brad Berry. He's one of our advertising moguls. Great guy.
I know his dad. I used to work with his dad professionally. But anyway, want to mention your webcast and what you do. Defensively, you love the game. I know that the owners' meeting, they talked about the tush-push. I don't think I'm a fan.
I hate it. I mean, it's not a football play. It's a rugby play. It's not a football play. I hate it. I would have outlawed if it was up to me.
Me too. That brings us back to the lake that didn't make it.
Yeah, it's effective. I guess there's reasons. It was pretty close, I think, the vote. But, if you're asking me personally, I despise it.
Do you think it'll be gone next year after the vote?
I think at some point, yeah.
That sounds good. We got flagged in junior high football when I was helping. But I tell you what, Coach, you are a blessing. I looked forward to being here. I started these notes about 3, 4, 5 days ago. I thank you for your time.
Anytime, my man. You're the best. Anytime you wanted something, give me a buzz.
Can you say something about Tipton Blue Devil football if you want to?
But one of my big motorcycle rides is through Tipton. I like the little town. I go to the Burger King there all the time. I bought my car at Tipton Ford. It's really, and it's a beautiful little stadium there. No, I really do like it.
Awesome. You're the best.
Thank you.
That is Rick Venturi. Rick Venturi, what a kind gentleman. I'm blessed myself to ever be able to meet that gentleman. But he's as real as they are. I'm going to put this phone in a little bit back here. We'll walk back this direction. Even Rick Venturi says when he talks about Tipton, he likes his stadium, and he bought his car. At Tipton Ford, and this is Tipton Ford Field. I will say the scoreboard was donated by Dan Young. Dan Young's CMC right here in Tipton. So we'll walk this direction, and Larry's right here. I tell you what, Larry, did you have a good day? I think he was. You told me he was in a welding class.
Yeah, I was substitute teaching at Tipton High School today, and I'm a terrible welder, so I just stood out of the way and tried not to catch anything on fire.
And I tell you what, that's probably a job and a half.
Well, yeah, luckily the students knew what they were doing, so I just observed and make sure nobody was doing anything foolish.
You are multifaceted.
I don't know what that means, AJ, but I appreciate it.
You've sold a lot of homes, haven't you?
Through the years, yeah, quite a few. I managed the Carpenter Realtor's office in Noblesville for about 8 years, and so I enjoy it.
I knew you did because I park there when I go to Speedway to get me a drink.
There you go, right there in the corner.
And you got Tyler Province works in there. He's a good worker.
Yeah, he's an old teammate of my son's at Hamilton Heights and a good realtor himself.
When I was a middle school coach, I coached him. He's 35 now.
Yeah, well, his uncle coaches there as head coach of Hamilton Heights Middle School, so I see him every year, and Tyler helps him out as well. Got good people down there.
Absolutely. We're going to walk this direction. We're going to talk to Coach Aaron Toll. We'll talk to Coach O'Shea here in a bit, but we're going to walk this direction, and I'm almost see if Larry would hold this for me. Thank you very much. So we'll walk this direction. Blue Devils still doing some time-ups, and same thing. Twin Lakes, they're at the north end of the field doing time-ups, and there's Noah Humrickhouse. Noah Humrickhouse is out on the middle of the field. He's taking video. That guy's good.
I tell you, he's always working. I see him around the facility all the time. Doesn't matter what the sport, but he's capturing it. Does a great job.
Sounds good. We're going to walk this direction. We're going to talk with Coach Aaron Toll. Aaron Toll, great to see you. Thank you for making us welcome.
Absolutely. It's second home game of the year of 3, so hopefully we have a great crowd. We had a phenomenal crowd last week, and hopefully we turn out again tonight and have a great atmosphere for a third Blue Devil victory.
Coach, I got to mention, you can play football. The other team's playing football. You can be friends with the coach. But when the whistle blows, man, it's a game.
Coach O'Shea and I, we've got a long history. Honestly, I haven't beaten him very many times. So he's a Hall of Famer. I think he has 250 wins. So it would be a great accomplishment. He's got another nice ball club this year. So it would be a great accomplishment to get win number 3 tonight.
It wasn't too long ago. You guys beat Central Catholic. You beat them over there. You advanced in the playoffs, and he sent you an email for congratulations.
That's the kind of guy he is. He was the coach at Central Catholic when we made our state runner-up run in 2013, and honestly, that Tipton LCC game was the second round of the sectional. It was probably the semi-state game. It just happened to be the second round of the sectional, but it's one of the best games. I've been a part of over 200 of these. It's one of the best games I've ever been a part of. So great ball game, a lot of good memories, and hopefully we can try to even it up a little bit tonight.
That was back in 2020. You scored an average of 38.4 per game, gave up just half of that.
Yeah, we kind of went on a run against LCC. Coach O'Shea wasn't there then, but we did go on a run a little bit, and Twin Lakes has always been they've always been physical. They've got a storied program. They've won a lot of games. So we're up a class tonight. We're 2A, they're 3A. So again, this would be a huge feather in our cap, no doubt.
Coach, last week you got a decisive win over Elwood. They did not score. You got 48 points. You had 4 guys doing well on defense. That was Zane Durham. He had 14 tackles. Chase Hussey, 13 tackles. Slade Springer, 8. And Brady Henderson with 8.
Our defense has been playing really well. They are going to get they're going to get one of the best challenges they're going to face all year tonight. Our secondary is going to get tested. in our opinion, now it's early in the season, but we feel like this could very possibly be the best quarterback we see in the regular season. He's got a good receiving core. So we're going to see how our secondary does tonight, and hopefully we think our defensive line is one of our strengths. So hopefully we can get some pressure on him and make him throw it to us a couple times.
I know you're a humble guy. You're a dad. I want to talk about your son. They know that they're going to play a quarterback tonight that has the caliber of the quarterback they have.
Quinn's been playing at a high level, and I am a dad as well as a coach, but his mom and I are very proud of him. He handles things amazingly well for a 16-year-old sophomore. I think that might be his greatest attribute, is that doesn't typically let things get to him, and handles the moment very, very well for someone his age. So to be honest, he's for us to be successful, he has to play at a high level. So hopefully he can do that on both sides of the ball tonight.
Coach, 2 weeks gone by, both teams tonight 2-0. Going to mention, you go back to Hoosier Conference, and you go without the 9 teams, and you're talking about a big school, small school. Hey, that don't make a bit of difference tonight.
No, it doesn't. I mean, we're used to playing. We've played Twin Lakes a lot of times over the last 25 years, so they know who we are. We know who they are. We play them in basketball. We play them in all the other sports. So our kids know their kids. We're a little smaller school, but that's never stopped us in the past. So, like I said, it'd be a nice feather in our cap, and I think it's a great thing to play schools like that to prepare you for hopefully a tournament run.
Coach, we got to mention your second unit offense. They got to play about the whole fourth quarter. Caden Cook, Lincoln Rodaball, Ethan Klauser. They did well.
That was one of the things we said in our coaches meeting on Sunday, was how well our young kids executed. I think that's a big part of that is because we went to team camp this summer, and we spent 3 days and 7 practices, and we didn't have anybody to play necessarily, so we could focus on us. And I feel like our young kids are way ahead of where they typically would be this time of year.
Coach Stoller, thank you. Good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So we're going to walk this direction. We're going to talk to Coach Kevin O'Shea. We'll walk this direction. And good night for football. They said about 70 degrees at 7:30. And then it's going to get down to about 64 by 10 p.m. This game's starting a little bit behind schedule. Monticello, Indiana. It's a pretty good little drive. Good little drive from Tipton to Monticello. They both make the trips. That's the way it goes in the Hoosier Conference. And they have a good time doing it. So we're going to walk this direction. And we're going to walk this direction, and we'll see if Coach O'Shea has a minute. And we'll see if he has a moment. And we'll see if he has some time. Now, wait, what? So we're going to walk this direction, and we're going to walk this direction. Mr. Frank O'Shea, may I talk to you? Really? Okay. Well, thanks. Nice to see you. God bless you. Thank you. So he's not lined up for an interview. So Coach O'Shea is going to call his offense. So he's got some time there. 22 minutes, 40 seconds on the pregame. And we're down at the north end. Time-up's being taken right here by the Twin Lakes Indians. And so we'll just be patient, as we should be. We are fortunate to be standing where we are standing. So we'll walk back this direction. I'm not sure if Larry says Larry. So we'll walk back this direction as they call some offense. Coach O'Shea, he's going to have a surgery at the end of the season. He's got a couple of discs out of place, and that was told to me by a gentleman associated with Twin Lakes. Coach O'Shea. So Coach O'Shea is calling the offense right now. He's got a little motor cart because he's going to have surgery at the end of the season. He's got a vertebrae, or at a couple of them but that can be fixed with modern medicine. And you know as well as I do, with your knee replacement, it can all be good.
Yeah, and I've had 3 back surgeries and have a couple of them fused, and that was years ago. So I'm sure they've come a long way to making that even better.
So, tell you what, it's pretty nice atmosphere right now. The temperature is good. Got a little wind. They told us it was going to be a little windy.
Yeah, it's blowing the flag around a little bit down there, but not too bad. But yeah, again, just like last week, you couldn't ask for a better night for high school football. You know, a little bit of wind, a nice cool, mid-60s action going on. So I'm sure these players are going to enjoy that.
So they're running the time-ups right there. There's Wagner. He wears number 44. He's a senior. Wagner has 4 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah, he's a big-time linebacker, too, as I remember from last year, and makes a lot of stops for him as well.
So they're getting some time-ups in. The Blue Devils have gone on into their locker room. Blue Devils, they know the schedule here.
Oh, yeah, they got it down a little bit later, with Twin Lakes driving so far, a 7:30 start instead of at 7 o'clock. And there's, homecoming festivities this weekend, too, or tonight, I should say. I had them all day in school and a big pep rally in the afternoon. So a lot of things going on tonight.
We'd be amiss if we didn't mention the Tipton Pork Festival. It started Thursday. That was last night, Friday, and it'll happen again tomorrow. That's a pretty big to-do.
Yeah, I was telling Coach Ron today and Chad Durham, we're like the center of the Indiana world here now with Pork Festival, Friday night football, and the parade tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. So my grandkids are up staying with us, so they're going to enjoy the Pork Fest for the first time, 5 and 3 years old. So they ought to be a tear through the streets of Tipton.
For those who are listening but may not know much about the Pork Festival, they shut down the streets there by the courthouse. You can walk around. You can get some good grub. You can get pork right there with the barbecue sauce.
Yeah, they got pork producers are here and all kinds of festivities and vendors and such. So come on out and spend the day on Saturday. It's open just today and Saturday.
That's an annual event, so look that up on Google, and you can be here every year.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to have them.
And that got to mention just down the road here, about 4 or 5 miles, the Atlanta Earth Festival. That's coming up the last weekend of this month, last weekend in September. That's on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah, I tell you, if you've never been there, it's a sight to behold. If you want it, you can find it in Atlanta, Indiana that weekend.
Absolutely. It's a good place to be. And they'll have entertainment. And that's been going on for years and years. And last year, I understand, they made good strides getting their folks back. They quadrupled the size of the town. And that COVID year put a damper on a lot of stuff.
Well, it did everywhere across the country. And, people are still recovering from it. So many businesses closed down because of it. But glad to see, America getting back to being America again, I guess.
So I've had Twin Lakes lined up right there on the 45, the non-starters. They're blocking the view from people who would be watching from the other side. They do it just like they should.
Yeah, we do that same thing in the middle school. When I catch guys, standing behind one another, I said, no, spread out. We want to have that good shade of their vision for them. So.
I tell you what, how'd your middle school do this week, Larry?
We did real well. We had a combined 7th and 8th grade game because numbers are down a little bit at Elwood, but we won 35-7, a competitive match, and had a lot of our 7th grade players get some pretty good time and had a lot of fun.
I tell you what, when do you have Hamilton Heights on your schedule?
That is the second to last game, so that is the last part of September. We play Hamilton Heights at Hamilton Heights and then at Western to close the year.
That'll be a good win to get. And I will mention the Blue Devils are going to be at Hamilton Heights on October the 10th, second to the last game.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out. Second to the last game for both middle school and high school. But, again, that's always a big game for us and them, I still think. With my kids going to Heights, Tipton was they had a lot of friends that played together and traveled baseball, basketball, that kind of thing. But when it came time to play them, they sure wanted to beat them.
It sure did. I tell you what, Huskies and Tipton, You know, two different counties, but just 7.8 miles.
Yeah, I thought I heard maybe TC's closer, but that's the closest high school to Tipton, I think, is Hamilton Heights.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Eastern Comets, we'll mention up there, we've got the Class 2A rankings. They are the rankings, Associated Press. We'll mention all of those. Tipton in there, Eastern in there, Alexandria in there, and Eastbrook in there. And all four of those schools are in Sectional 36.
How about that? Yeah, some good competitive schools in there. You know, again, from my kids playing, you know, I know some folks in Eastern real well, and their coach has been there for a long time. I know he's still got one of his boys playing, I believe, and one of them just graduated. But he does a great job with that team up there.
He does. Josh Gilbert, he played college ball at Taylor. That tells you a little bit about his character.
Yeah, he's a Christian guy, and you always appreciate that.
We're going to walk this direction. Coach O'Shea is going to allow us some time. We're going to try to jog off the field here. The players are. Coach Kevin O'Shea, 33-year coach, high school football. He's coaching his sixth team right here. He's had some serious success at the places he's been. Coach Kevin O'Shea, it's a pleasure to talk to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hey, I want to mention to you, back when you were coaching at McCutcheon, the gentleman at Covington was Corey Tiger. He wanted me to tell you hello.
He's a good guy. He's been around a while.
I worked with him in the booth for middle school. Hey, I want to talk to you. You're 12 and 11 right now, third year, but your team is thriving here at Twin Lakes.
Well, we're playing better. You know, we're finally a veteran team. You know, our first 2 years we weren't. We were a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and you know, we're only carrying 6 seniors. So you know, our junior class is pretty strong, and our senior group is good leaders. And you know, this is going to be our first test. You know, I'm sure Mike Price did the same thing over there. That you know, this is going to be their first test too.
I mentioned 7th winningest active coach in the IHSA. There's 115 on that list, but I'm going to mention Coach Toll is at 31.
Yeah, he's been around. You know, people forget. You know, back when my dad was the head coach at Madison Grant, you know, Mike Toll and his Tipton team was playing my dad's team. So our dads, Aaron's and my dads, have coached against each other for a number of years. So it's kind of neat how this comes full circle as a family also.
You talk about coaching Twin Lakes and Logansport. They're both 2-0. You're going to play Logansport. You're going to play against the first-year coach, Troy Hudson. His very first game was this year.
Yeah, right now my focus is on Tipton. We got Tipton in 15 minutes, and that's where I'm at.
That sounds good. I'm going to mention offensively. You scored 5 touchdowns on the ground, 7 in the air. And then we're going to have the national anthem. That's the national anthem. I tell you what, Coach, Cooper Dold, as you mentioned, junior class, 7 touchdown passes on the season. He'll throw to Ledger Schaefer. He'll wear number 10. And Mason Brummett, another junior, 3 juniors. Mason Brummett can play baseball, too.
They're good athletes. You know, it's nice having 4 or 5 guys we can put out there and toss the ball around to. You know, having Carson back there at running back has helped us out a lot, too. Just given us the ability to run the football a bit better. He had a real nice first game. Second game, we threw the ball a bit more, so he was more of a pass protector than anything else. But, I like our capabilities. I like my team. I want us to come out here and play up to our capabilities tonight.
The last thing I'll ask you, Coach, you've got synthetic field turf over at Twin Lakes. You got it here. What do you think about grass and synthetic?
I've been on turf for the 6 years before I got to Twin Lakes. And
North Central High School, you brought them out of there. You brought them out.
Got 'em. It's nice. I like it. They firmed it up a little bit, which I like better. And, it's a turf that fast kids like. And, hopefully we've got a little bit of speed we can put out there tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. So we're going to walk this direction. He said it a long time ago, but Coach O'Shea, I didn't know it was going to be his last year at Central Catholic. I didn't know it at all. Central Catholic was getting ready to play in the final game at Victory Field. I forget the year, but I think it's 18, maybe something like that. And I asked Coach O'Shea, because he was a teacher. He's a math teacher by trade, and he was a teacher at Central Catholic. I said, Coach, would you come up in the booth and talk a little bit, couple 3 innings with me? He says, why do you want me? I said, because you know all these guys. And he went up there, and we just talked about that just briefly.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great story. A lot of people don't know, Coach O'Shea's been in this game for a long time. He was all-state quarterback. A lot of people may not know at McCutcheon. And like you mentioned, longtime coach at Lafayette Central Catholic. It was 114 and 10, I think, was his record. That'll win you a few state titles, 5 to be exact, and get you in the Indiana Coaches Hall of Fame as well, I believe. So we're going up the gate here, trying to get upstairs and get all situated here for tonight's game call. Again, 3 decades he's been coaching high school football in Indiana. Started off at, I think, Delta, as I remember. Then McCutcheon for a year, and then Lafayette Central Catholic, and then went down to, was he? Okay. And North Central in Indianapolis tried to revive that program. So I'm going to hand this up to AJ as he goes upstairs.
It's a danger zone climbing this ladder, but we'll do it. As we said before, the old Westfield Stadium, before they got the new one, it was a tough vertical climb on that ladder. It was unsafe, but it's safe here. So they're mentioning the starting lineups. Larry going to walk up the stairs here. We'll talk a little bit about each school. First, we'll talk about the visiting team on the scoreboard. We'll talk about the visiting team on the scoreboard. That's Twin Lakes Indians. Twin Lakes Indians, they have a school enrollment of 663. They're class 3A, sectional 27. There are 8 teams in their sectional. In their sectional is Mechaniqua. They are 2-0. Twin Lakes, 2-0. Peru, 1-1. Benton Central, 0-2. Frankton, 0-2. Northwestern, 0-2. West Lafayette, 0-2. And the Western Panthers are 1-1. The principal at Twin Lakes High School, Melissa Whitehead. The athletic director is Daniel Seltz. The athletic secretary, Emily Anderson. Twin Lakes High School is located at 300 South 3rd Street, Monticello, Indiana, 47960. You can dial them by phone at 574-583-7108. On the web, you can find them at tlschools.org. They wear the collars red and white. They perform in the Hoosier Conference. They are in the big school division. There are 5 teams out of the 9 teams in the Hoosier Conference in the big school division. Right now, they line up like this. Logansport, the Berries are 2-0. Twin Lakes, the Indians are 2-0. Western, the Panthers are 1-1. Hamilton Heights, the Huskies are 0-2. and West Lafayette. The Red Devils are 0-2. As mentioned, Twin Lakes Indians currently 2-0 on the season. Their head coach is Kevin O'Shea. He's a math teacher in the school system right there at Twin Lakes. He's at the high school. And I will mention he went to high school at McCutcheon. He's a 1984 graduate. I failed to mention to him just a second ago when we were talking to him, but he's celebrating a birthday this week. I think it was Monday. But I'm Kevin O'Shea. I think I'm not going to mention his age, but I'm an 85 graduate. He's an 84. So we'll also mention in his third year at Twin Lakes, 12 wins, 11 losses. Overall, he's coaching in his 33rd year, 251 wins, 121 losses. He's the 7th winningest active head coach in the state of Indiana. That's IHSAA. There's 115 on the list. He's number 7. The next game on the agenda for the Twin Lakes Indians is going to be next Friday, September 12th. It's going to be Lafayette Central Catholic at Twin Lakes Indians. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. And here's Larry with the Tipton Blue. Let me go ahead and mention, sorry about that, Larry. We're going to mention the coaching staff for Twin Lakes. Defensive coordinator is Steve Snyder. Also, assistant coach is Charlie Akers. Frank O'Shea was kind enough to speak with us briefly. We are appreciative. I kind of butted in there, and I apologize if the apology is needed. Brandon Fouch, Gabe Howell, Steve Dold, Joe Broussard, and Eddie Greer. Here's Larry with Tipton Blue Devils.
Thanks, AJ. Tipton Blue Devils have an enrollment of 454. In Class 2A football, Sectional 36. There's 8 teams in that sectional. Tipton presently at 2-0. Alexandria at 2-0. Eastbrook 2-0. Eastern 2-0. Rochester at 1-1. Blackford 0-2. Wabash 0-2. And Elwood 1-1. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana. 765-675-7431 is their phone number. TiptonAthletics.com is where you can follow them. They wear the blue and white in their Hoosier Conference. Principal is Mr. Craig Leach. AD is Mr. Colin Quinn. Athletic Director Burke Emmert. And Tipton Sports Complex Tipton Field is the home field for the Tipton Blue Devils. As I said, they are in the Hoosier Conference. There are 9 teams total, 4 small school division teams. Those teams are Rensselaer Central, presently 2-0. Tipton Blue Devils 2-0. Central Catholic 1-1, and Benton Central at 0-2. Coaching staff is headed up for Tipton by Coach Aaron Toll. His present record is 145-86 in his 21st year at Tipton. Number 31 on the 115 winningest active coaches in high school football in Indiana. Also, his offensive coordinator, Mr. Dustin Shear. Defensive coordinator, Brett Stoker. Also, assistant coaches Josh Frawley, Joe Gosnell, Eric Pierce, Grant Snively, Brogan Brown, Shad Durham, Ron Vahikate, and Nate Morgan. Next up for the Tipton Blue Devils, next Friday at September 12th at 7 p.m. is Tipton at Western.
Hey, Larry, thank you, sir. Hey, we'll go ahead and walk over here. Look at this wall. We'll talk about what happened last week. If you want to say this, you can.
Sure. Last week, August 29th, Ritter High School, Central Catholic 14, Cardinal Ritter 0. At Logansport High School, Logansport 54, South Bend Adams 6. At West Lafayette, McCutcheon won that game 31 to West Lafayette 6. North Newton, Rensselaer, the visiting team, 52, North Newton 6. Seeger 57, Benton Central 6. At Tipton Blue Devils 48, Elwood nothing. At Triton Central won that game 28-13 over Hamilton Heights Huskies. At Delphi High School, Twin Lakes won that game 41-6. And North Montgomery Western won that game 37, North Montgomery 6.
Hey, thanks, Larry. We'll go ahead and mention what's going to happen tonight in the Hoosier Conference, September 5th. I should mention September 5th. Mark Carter, Hamilton Heights graduate, celebrating a birthday today. People don't know this, but at 6 feet tall, when he was a senior, he led the county in rebounding. The county at 6 feet tall, Mark Carter. We'll also mention tonight, 7 o'clock start, 2-0, Indianapolis Lutheran Saints. Probably going to give the Western Panthers about all they want tonight. That's at Western 1-1. At 7:30 tonight, 1-1, John Glenn. The Falcons are at 2-0, Rensselaer Central Bombers. At 7 o'clock tonight, 2-0, Logansport Berries are at 1-1, Central Catholic Knights. That might be a good one. 7:30 tonight, 0-2, South Newton Rebels are at 0-2, Benton Central Bison. Somebody's going to get a win. And at 7 o'clock, 2-0, Tippecanoe Valley. The Vikings, they're a good team. They're rated number 14 in the state right now, and they're going to go against Hamilton Heights. That'll be at Hamilton Heights. Hamilton Heights looking for a win. Numbers we'll mention at 7 o'clock. 0-2. This is out of the ordinary. West Lafayette Red Devils start out 0-2. They are at Lebanon. The Tigers at 1-1. 7:30 start, 2-0. Twin Lakes Indians, as you know, are here with the 2-0 Tipton Blue Devils. That's 7 Hoosier Conference games, 9 Hoosier Conference teams. Tell you what, okay, we're going to try to get some lights on here. We got get some flashlights. And it's getting darker a little quicker now, especially when you start at 7:30. 7:30 start time. Now, the sun is behind the clouds. It's a cloudy day. The sun is just illuminating from behind the clouds. It's nothing like Alaska, though. So they're doing the coin toss right out there, and we're going to find out. The Blue Devils were allowed to defer. That means Twin Lakes called the toss, and they called it wrong. Tipton got the option to receive or kick, but they decided to defer. And the Twin Lakes Indians are going to receive from the south end. They'll travel to the north here in the first quarter. So the Blue Devils are going to kick the ball away, Larry.
All right. Well, we'll see what the Twin Lakes Indians can do with the ball.
So the officials huddle up at midfield right there on the logo. That's the Blue Devil logo. That Blue Devil belongs to Tipton High School.
Yeah, it's trademarked. They own it.
I tell you what, though, if Wisconsin, they used that W at Western for a while. Peru, out on the middle of their field, it looked like the Purdue logo for a while.
Yeah, I guess sometimes people don't push that too much, I guess.
That's flattering. That's flattering that a school wants to use a logo such as that. It's got to be. So the Blue Devils are going to kick the ball away. We're going to see Brogan Ferg. Brogan Ferg, kicker for the Tipton Blue Devils. He's a senior. Primarily, he's a soccer player, but he's got a good leg. Coach Soul brought him in here. He's 5'10", 180. I think he's closer to 6 foot. He's a pretty good-sized young man, and he's got those biceps showing.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit bigger these days.
So he's going to line up 7 yards deep, a little bit soccer style. So here we go. 7:32 p.m. on a Friday night, September 5th. There comes the approach from Ferg. There's the boot. High elevation, end under end. Going to be taken at the 25-yard line by Twin Lakes. On the return, he'll get out to the 34. It's going to be a 9-yard return. Credit the return, Brody Swigman.
Yeah, it looked like Isaiah Mahaney and Zach Emberton on the stop for the Blue Devils.
So they'll put the ball in play right there. Twin Lakes Indians. They got a pretty good-sized front line. Their center is Nate Smolik, 6'2", 290. But if you're not big, I mean, if you're big, that means you're not as quick.
Yeah, I guess. But they're replacing 3 offensive linemen for last year, so we'll see how the 3 new starters do.
Coach O'Shea says they're heavy with junior class, and it's obvious. Shotgun quarterback. Take the snap, Cooper Dold. He'll call the cadence. Here comes near motion. Handoff up the middle. Wagner going to get the handoff. He's going to get caught at the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard. Wagner going to lose a yard on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, that was Big Jack Roach along with Nathan Hawkins, and I believe that was Will Wolford in that tackle as well for the Blue Devils.
So loss of 1, second down 11. 2nd and 11. Going to the sideline, picking up the plays is junior quarterback Cooper Dole. He's 6'3", 175. He does have some impressive passing stats. He averages 28 passes per game so far. They played 2 games. He's completed 40. Shotgun. Cooper Dole. He'll drop the throw. 2 steps, right side, looking across the middle. Going to let one go. It's going to be caught. Going to go down inside the 25. And that's his go-to guy. Caught right there by 15, Ethan Mead. Ethan Mead wears 15. He'll do all the kicking duties.
Yeah, Nathan caught 31 passes for 634 yards and 21 touchdowns last year. So, yeah, look to him to go to him often. That was Zach Emberton on pretty good coverage there.
That was his second look. He looked off the sideline route, and he found Mead across the middle. Dropped it in. 1st and 10, ball's at the 15 of Tipton. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dole. Calling the cadence. He'll drop 2 steps. He'll roll right. Blue Devils are in his face. Zane going to get him.
Yeah, Zane Durham on the blitz from his outside linebacker position here, and you're not going to outrun Zane. He's a pretty quick guy.
Zane Durham, 9 solos, 5 assists a week ago. He had 14 tackles. Zane Durham, just a sophomore.
Yeah, and I think that's what the Blue Devils are going to need to do tonight, put pressure on that passer so he can't just sit back and chuck it around the yard.
So they'll back him up 5 yards. It's going to be a loss of 10. 2nd down, 20 from the 35-yard line. Ball's at the right hash. He got trips left side, split out wide right, short side of the field. Shotgun quarterback Dole to drop the throw. Step up in the pocket. He's going to be in duress. He's going to try to get rid of it. He does. He's throwing it away, but he had to get rid of it.
Yeah, he had pressure from, again, Will Wolford and Big Jack Roach putting pressure on him.
So 3rd down, 20. Incomplete pass. So I wasn't looking at their kicking game. I don't know what Need can do, but right there, that's about a 40, 50-yarder.
Wouldn't do that, but they, from looking at their statistics from last year, they really like to throw a lot to the back, so we'll see if they may wheel somebody out of the backfield here.
So they'll line up trips to the left, split wide right, short side of field. Wagner going to block, drop the throw, looking left, going to roll right now is Gold. He's going to get out of bounds, going to be tackled. He'll pick up about 3 yards, but that's all, and it's going to be 4th down long.
As Zane Durham again ran him out of bounds there from his outside linebacker position. Good pursuit there. Had a little bit more time that time, but again, Zane with good pursuit got him out of bounds.
This spot is the 33-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 18. 4th and 18 for the Twin Lakes Indians. You'd think after that long pass that they wouldn't be in this shape, but they're in a shape.
Oh, well, putting good pressure on them, good things happen, but they're going to go for it, obviously, here on the 33-yard line, see if they can make something happen.
The line to gain is the 15-yard line. There's a snap, drop, and a throw. Looking down the seam, he'll roll right. Looking to get rid of it, he will, and throw it on the run. It's going to be overthrown. And the Blue Devils are going to take over on downs.
Yeah, once again, pretty good pressure on him, made him uncomfortable at least, and had to throw that one on the run, threw it short and out of bounds.
So the Blue Devils are going to get the ball. They're going to have their first offensive set of the ball game. And the Blue Devils' defense, I said, what bend that did not break at all.
They didn't, yeah. And like I said, I think once you get pressure on a quarterback-oriented offense, that can be good things. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So they got the ball nosed up to the 33 at the left hash. Blue Devils first possession. Trips right side. Tight end left. Jaron Aller. Shotgun. He'll take the ball himself. Quinn Toll will go up the middle. You're going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's going to be all. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
That looked like number 51. I think that's Chewy Walters, big leading tackler from last year as well, 6'1", 225 inside linebacker.
So 2nd down, 10. Clock moving, 9:11 left here in the first quarter. Tipton Blue Devils and the Twin Lakes Indians. Blue Devils going to line up. Split wide right is Garmin. Garmin in a slot. They're going to go with Zach Ridgway. Split wide right. Split wide left is Jaron Aller. Shotgun quarterback, Quinn Toll. In the backfield, they're going to hand off. Hand off up the middle. Choose left side of the center. It's going to be the one hole. It's going to be a positive gain. It's going to be a pickup of about 7. And a good carry right there for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, good surge there. Nose guard Judson Gordon, number 57 on the tackle. Not a big guy, 5'9", 190, but very active.
That's Slade Springer on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd down. They're calling it 4 on the board. 8:20 left here in the first quarter. Blue Devils, they need 4 to move the chains. Ball's at the 40-yard line. Blue Devil 40. Going to hand off. They go up the middle again. He's going to get a couple, but that's going to be about it. He's going to get a couple. He's going to be 2 yards short, and we might see the punting unit.
Yeah, that's nose guard Gorton again on the tackle there for the Indians.
Blue Devils are getting up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Blue Devils are appearing to go for this 41-yard line. Their own 41. They need 2. They might be trying to draw them off sides. They're in punt formation. They're not real deep, and they're going to, nearly got a guy off sides here. He didn't get in the neutral zone for Twin Lakes. And they're going to call a timeout. And Blue Devils, they're taking what they can. They're trying to get a first down any way they can get it.
Yeah, they're a little hard count there by Quinn, but yeah, that was not a place you want to try a 4th down conversion.
That was probably worth the timeout spent because they were almost off sides with that down tackle.
Yeah, that was a good call, and so we'll see what they do this time. I'm sure they'll put it away, try to pin them as deep as they can.
We'll mention this game is brought to you in parts by Edward Jones. Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Kurt D. Hare, your Tipton Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones is proud to be a sponsor of the Tipton High School Blue Devils football team on PutMeInSports.com. For your investment needs, call them at 765-675-9535 or visit them at edwardjones.com. We're going to line up punt formation. We're going to see Nathan Hawkins. Nathan Hawkins calling for the offsides. And Twin Lakes is offsides there, going to give the Blue Devils a free first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was tomfoolery there. Looked like Big Jack Roach came out of the game, and we were missing a tackle for a second there, and they called on I believe that was Joey Vaughtaw to come running in, but got him on the hard count.
So that timeout was well worth it because they talked that over in the huddle.
I'm sure they drew it up like that, AJ.
They probably did. They had it on the sand.
Sure.
So they're lined up. Blue Devils have a 1st and 10 at their own 46. Slot right, split left. 2 in the backfield. Going to hand off left back up the middle. Going to hit the pile right there. You're going to pick up a couple, maybe 3. And that was Slade Springer, the ball carrier.
I tell you, they're pretty strong in the inside. We got Gorton again, nose guard, and Chewy Walters, middle linebacker, 51 on the stop. They're kind of pushing their way in there on the Blue Devils.
So they pick up 3, Slade Springer. Ball's at the middle of the field. It's on the 49 on the Blue Devil side of the 50. 2nd down, 7. Shotgun. Here comes near motion. It's Dakota Garman. He'll take the handoff. Jet sweep in motion. He'll get to the 50. Garman couldn't turn the corner. He picks up 1. They're gonna stop play here. They might have a flag on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Mason Brummett came steaming up from his free safety position, number 27, made the stop for the Indians.
So they're just communicating right there. I didn't see a flag. And the East line judge, yeah, there is a flag laying over there on the sideline. And they declined it. So Twin Lakes wants to take the down. They don't want the yardage.
I think that's a good call at that point in the game.
Ball's nosed up, 50-yard line from the right hash. Slot left. In the slot is Dakota Garman. Slot right. H-back. Blocking is Jaron Aller. Pass play. Left side. Going to go after it. And Ridgway almost got the toe touch inside there. That ball was thrown up the Twin Lakes sideline. Would have been about a 30-yard gain. It goes incomplete.
And that was pretty well covered by number 4, DJ Guthrie. Looked like
Looked like Zach had about a foot on him, but made a nice play on the ball.
So ball spotted once again at the 50. It's fourth down. Nathan Hawkins going to back up in punt formation. They use one up back to block for him. It is quarterback Quinn Toll, by design, I'm sure. So we get the high snap. He'll still get the boot away. It's a low-line drive. Going to be taken at the 21 of Twin Lakes. He'll jig and jag. He'll go right side. I think it's Need again on the return right there. Ethan Need. And Need is a junior. He takes the ball out to the Twin Lakes, 39.
Couldn't tell whether that was Will Wolford or Joe Vata on the tackle for the Blue Devils.
So both guys definitely well capable to make those tackles.
Yeah, they're 51 and 59, and can't see them when they're running that fast.
So ball spotted at the 39-yard line, Twin Lakes territory. Twin Lakes second possession here in the ball game. We're in the first quarter, 6:30 left here in the first quarter. Shotgun. Lost the handle, might have hit the elbow of Wagner and went to the surface, got a good bounce to Dold, and he passes it right side in the flat, and he finds 15, Ethan Need, he'll pick up no gain.
Yeah, Zane Durham again out there on the coverage. He's having a good active night tonight.
So they'll work it from there, and that's 15, Ethan Need. Ethan Need listed as a senior. So they're going to line up in a shotgun. Slot left, slot right, short side of the field. Here comes deep motion out of slot right side handoff. Up the middle, that's Wagner. Carson Wagner going to take the ball out across the 45 to about the 47. Still going to be short of a first down, and Blue Devils making good D.
Yeah, got out there all the way to Quinn Toll at safety mark. Got him down for the Blue Devils.
So 47-yard line. It's third down 2 for the Twin Lakes Indians. They break huddle in unison. Split out wide right is number 0, Keaton Miller. He's a junior. Shotgun. Dold. Cooper Dold, junior quarterback. Shotgun. He's single man in the backfield. They're going to go in the neutral zone. Blue Devils are going to give away a first down on their own.
Yeah, Nate Hawkins just trying to get a little bit of head start there.
So he didn't move much, and I'm as they say, you got to watch the ball.
Yeah, that's interior lineman. You got to wait till that brown thing moves.
So they get a first down. Ball moves into Blue Devil territory. It's at the Blue Devil 48-yard line. First and 10, Twin Lakes. Cooper Dole line up in a shotgun. They go trips left side, inside back off the line of scrimmage is Brummett. That's Mason Brummett. He's a good baseball player. He hits the ball well. Shot. Man, they're going to the flat there. He backed up, trying to get a little bubble screen there left side, and Brummett, the pass was out in front of him. He couldn't get it.
Yeah, and he had a little space there, too, number 10 out front of him. That was Ledger Schaefer out there leading him, and Slade Springer a little bit late to the party.
Mason Brummett on the season, he's got one touchdown. That's through the air. He's got another touchdown on the ground, but his ground game not quite the same as his passing game. He's averaging 39 is his long, actually. A lot of a shotgun. Both sides of the field. Ball's in the middle of the field. 48-yard line, Blue Devils territory. Shotgun. Snap taken by Cooper Dole. They go across the middle again. He's looking for Brummett. Brummett out in front of him makes the catch. And as I say that, Brummett is going to increase his long pass play on the season.
Yeah, he's going to look for him down the middle, and that was Dakota Garman coming over from the safety position, but they're going to have to stop that right down the middle.
So they'll put the ball just outside the 10. They can get a first down. They are at the 11. They can get one first down if they so want to. The Blue Devils will have something to say. They're going to give it off the left side. They go 5-hole, gives it to Wagner. Carson Wagner runs it inside the 5 to about the 4.5.
Yeah, that's good. About a 7-yard gain there. Chase Hussey on the stop for the Devils.
So ball moves just left of center on the football field. Ball spotted at the 4.5-yard line. Play clock at 23. Started at 40. After the tackle was made, they start the 42nd clock. It all works good when they run it right. So 4:25 clock moving, first quarter. 4.5-yard line, Twin Lakes Indians. Shotgun, dropping the throw. Cooper Dole. Look, right side picked off. Picked up by the Blue Devils. Picked up by Dakota Gorman. About the 5-yard line. And Cooper Dole throws his third interception on the season.
Yeah, that was Joe Waltaw in the face of the passer. He's as much to credit as Dakota making that interception, made him throw a bad ball.
So Dakota Gorman picks up the first interception of the season for the Blue Devils. And Blue Devils have not fumbled the ball away, have they?
Not yet. We hopefully not at all.
No turnovers thus far. We'll hope it can keep climbing. So the Blue Devils going to line up with trips to the right. They'll go Stacks right in there. They got Isaiah Mahaney in the trio right there. Split right, split out wide left. Short side of the field. Empty backfield. Quintal, pass, bubble screen, Isaiah Mahaney. Mahaney might have heard footsteps there. He did have 2 blockers in front of him. But that was number 10, and number 10, Ledger Schaefer, was going to put a tackle on him.
Yeah, and I think probably Les heard the footsteps. I saw Isaiah's head through the binoculars just turned just a wee bit. I think he was looking to catch that ball, spin, and get upfield.
So incomplete pass, so re-spotted at the 31. From the left hash, Blue Devils just intercepted Cooper Dole as Twin Lakes was looking to put it in from the 4.5. So shotgun, Quintal. Going to work it right to left. They give it to Zane Durham. Zane Durham going to pick up 9. It's going to be 3rd and 1. So Zane Durham, a good run, left side off tackle.
Yeah, Mason Brummett from his free safety position made the tackle, but a great sealing block by Jack Roach on that. Gave him a nice seal up the middle to make that big run.
Zane Durham on the season. He's averaging 20 yards in the air. He's got 1 touchdown through the air. He's got 1 on the ground. Zane Durham averaging 4.2 per carry, and he just got 9 on that one. Shotgun. Zane Durham in the backfield. Shotgun quarterback, Quintal. Trips to the left, short side of the field. Blocking back is Zane Durham. Quintal going to take it, try to get to the line of scrimmage. He's going to break the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up a first down by 1 yard. He needed 2. He got 3. That was Quintal.
It looked like number 2, Ben Hodgen on the tackle there, a junior linebacker for the Indians.
So ball spotted at the 47-yard line, Tipton territory. Methodical drive on the way here happening for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils' second possession in the ball game. First quarter, 3:01, clock moving. Slot left, slot right. They're going to pitch it left side to Durham. Durham's going to pick up positive yardage. He'll pick up 9 more on first down.
Yeah, I was going to say Mason Brummett on the tackle there, but Zane Durham just ran him over, so tripped him up a little bit, but Zane got the better of that one.
Zane Durham, 6'1", 182, a sophomore. I could only dream of being that size as a sophomore.
Me too. Any time in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. So Blue Devils going to line up, trips to the right. Mahaney. Over there, Zach Ridgway. Over there, Jaron Aller. Split left is Dakota Gorman. Shotgun, going to hand off. Right to left, going to keep the ball. RPO, run pass option. And Quinn Toll going to pick up the first down. Quinn Toll pulled that back out of the belly of Zane Durham the last second.
Yeah, I don't think they really saw that. Darren Baker made the tackle from his outside linebacker position, but pretty crafty there by Quinn Toll.
So ball moves to the 40-yard line. Twin Lakes territory. Blue Devils break huddle on unison. 1:55 left. We're in the first quarter. First down 10. Shotgun. Quinn Toll. Zane Durham in the backfield. He was dropped to throw. Looking left, go across the middle, finds the receiver, couldn't bring it in. Lost the handle. Hit the fingertips. He tried to catch it as it popped off on the way down. He tried to catch it. And he might have taken a pretty decent little hit there. He might need a time.
I think that's more Dakota's wounded pride there more than anything else, but we'll see him come out here and catch a breath.
I tell you what, Dakota Gorman, he's 100% different than he was as a freshman. Probably about 50% different from a year ago.
Yeah, and he played quarterback for us at middle school and didn't have a whole lot of blocking, kind of running for his life, but he's a good athlete. He'll bounce back.
Trips to the right. Second down 10, shotgun. You're going to hand off, single man in the backfield. That's Zane Durham. They'll swing him forward, give him an extra yard on the tackle, and he's going to pick up about 2. It's going to be 3rd down 8.
Darren Baker again on the tackle for the Indians.
They're going to mark it 1 yard shy, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. Chase Hussey enters the ball game. He'll be the lone running back. Sprinting off the field is Zane Durham. Zane Durham's got a lot of wheels going on.
He does. He's, like I said, he's been working at his craft here over the summer and this year.
Slot right. Short side of the field, slot left. Chase Hussey. Shotgun snap. They're thinking to Hussey. They go left side, bubble screen, and Dakota Garman right back in the ball game. Dakota Garman going to pick up 5. It's going to be 4th and 5. The Blue Devils have it at the Twin Lakes 35. Probably not much of a decision here.
Yeah, it looked like Ben Hodgin again teamed up with Coleman Ottinger to get the tackle for the Indians.
So Blue Devils keep their offense on the field. No decision, really. 35-yard line. It's 4th down 5. And the Blue Devils break huddle. Jaron Aller going to line up split far right side in the slot there is Dakota Garman. They got slot the other way, Mahaney and Ridgeway. Shotgun, moving forward. He'll reset. He reset, and they're going to call him for a penalty. He roots, and now they're going to probably boot the ball away here. But if you got a single guy in the backfield, Larry, I've often thought, if you know you're not going to be involved in the play, you're not going to get the handoff, and you go forward 1 step, turn right or left, and go into motion.
Yeah, well, I think he might have been involved in that play because the way he looked at it, he kind of was on his tippy toes there. So they'll punt it away, see if they can pin him deep here.
So from the 40, Blue Devils going to punt the ball. So Nathan Hawkins, early movement there. Dakota, they'll back it up to the 45, and they'll punt it from there. The 45-yard line of Twin Lakes. And a little bit of them jitters still holding around.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Stoll's not going to like those mental disturbances, but we'll see if we can get this one off here.
So they'll snap it. Withrow. Grayson Withrow, he'll snap it from the 45. Standing at the Blue Devils 42. Here comes the boot. The first quarter has emptied out. This is the final play of the first quarter. Taken at the 4. On the way back is 15, Ethan Mead. He'll go up the Blue Devils sideline. He's still available. He's going to might go the distance, and he'll go the distance. And it's going to be about a 95-yard punt return for a touchdown for Ethan Mead. Twin Lakes goes on the board first.
Yeah, that didn't see a whole lot of good efforts there. A couple guys kind of looked like they were jogging there, and they got the corner and kept going.
So Twin Lakes score a touchdown last play of the quarter. You could hear the whistles from the scoreboard signifying that the quarter had ended about the time Nathan Hawkins released a punt from that right foot. So they go from the 95 yards, and the same guy going to boot it through the uprights, and it's good. And the kicker, I'm taking it here. The place kicker is Ethan Need. Ethan Need does a lot of different components for Twin Lakes.
Yeah, he does. Catches balls and kicks and makes tackles, does a little bit of everything.
So we'll also mention tonight's ball game is being brought to you by Bubbles and Bark Spa. If you love your dog, Bubbles and Bark Spa will love your dog too. You can find him on Facebook at Bubbles and Bark Spa. Bubbles and Bark Spa, they're located in Sharpsville, Indiana, at 3660 West 500 South. Their phone number is 765-415-2476. Again, their number is 765-415-2476. Or you can email them for an appointment, bubblesinbarkspa@yahoo.com. You can let Katie, that's Katie Wade. Katie Wade, she will love your dog as if it were her own. Katie Wade began bathing dogs at the age of 15 when she graduated high school. She kept doing it. Katie is an entrepreneur in her first year. They opened the doors on the 7th of July. And Katie, now the entrepreneur at the age of 21, a 10-year member in 4-H. For a full groom, that includes haircut, nails, paw pads, potty patch, and ear clean. That's Bubbles and Bark Spa. in Sharpsville. They're going to boot the ball away. Again, we're going to see number 15, Ethan Mead. Punter, kicker, place kicker, punt returner.
Yeah, and last year caught 634 yards worth of passes.
So here he comes. Right foot on the approach. End under end. Pretty good elevation. Going to be picked up at the 3-yard line. Blue Devils on the return. Dakota Garmin up the middle. They'll get it out to the 30-yard line. And that's a good 27-yard return for Garmin.
Darren Baker again on the tackle there on the kickoff for the Indians.
So Blue Devils, third possession. Going to put the ball in play. Quarterback Quinn Toll jogs out to the huddle. Jaron Aller going to jog out. He'll be an H-back, tight end, or a split end. Jaron Aller has increased his speed and a good baseball pitcher. He's going to become a good hitter, too.
Yeah, he sure is.
So we'll line up in a shotgun. Number 2, Quinn Toll. Single in the backfield is Zane Durham. They got stacked right side, left side. 4 receivers. They're going to hand off up the middle. Zane, it's going to be, it's actually Springer. Slade Springer, the ball carrier. He goes right and then left. And he's going to pick up 7 yards on a first carry, first down. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Hodgin and Baker on the tackle there, teamed up for the Indians.
So Isaiah Mahaney is jog off the field. He'll get a breather. Isaiah Mahaney, pretty good size senior. I tell you what, he's a Percy Harvin fan.
I'm sure he is, yeah.
Minnesota Vikings, baby. They got the Bears on Monday night. That's at Chicago. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. Slide left, tight end. Right is Aller. They're going to hand off, take the handoff, they go right side, double screen. Dakota Garmin to get out near the 40. They're going to get him a good spot there. It's going to be a first down, and that's a good spot by the West line judge.
Yeah, that was well played by Guthrie and Ledger Schaefer for the Indians on combine for that tackle.
So they'll go to the left hash, 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
First down for the Blue Devils.
So they have it at the 40-yard line from the left hash. Blue Devils going to line up in a slot left side. In the slot is Dakota Garmin. H-back right side is Jaron Aller. Shotgun, Quinn Toll. You're going to hand off, take the handoff to Chase Hutchins. You're going to roll right, trying to get rid of it. He'll buy some time. He'll get rid of it. He'll grasp it. I say grasp it. He threw it out in front. He just wanted to get rid of the ball and live for another down.
Yeah, he kept that one alive enough to, throw it in the general direction of Dakota Garmin, but not a bad play at a quarterback position on that one.
2nd down 10. 40-yard line, left hash. Blue Devils driving. We're in the second quarter. 10:37. Stop the clock with that incomplete pass. It's a 7-0 contest. Twin Lakes in front. Empty backfield. Trips to the right. Slot left, short side of the field. Shotgun quarterback takes the snap. Quinn Toll. He'll look at right side. He's got a bubble screen. Zach Ridgway makes the catch. He's going to pick up 4 yards. He stayed in bounds. Gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd down 6 for the Blue Devils.
Ledger Schaefer on his tackle from his quarterback position for the Indians.
So they'll spot it at the right hash this time. 44-yard line, Tipton territory. Jogging into the huddle with the play, Quinn Toll. 10:08 clock moving, second quarter. Tipton Blue Devils hosting the Twin Lakes Indians. They drive over from Monticello, home of Indiana Beach. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. In the backfield, Chase Hussey. They're going to run the option. Quinn Toll's going to keep the ball. And the defensive end was right there, didn't move. Did his job, counter cut back reverse. He got him.
Yeah, big Tate Goyer, too, all 6'1", 225 of them. Defensive end on the stop there.
So it's going to be a no gain. It's going to be a 4th down, 4th and 7. Blue Devils going to send out their punt unit. Nathan Hawkins going to line up. He's going to back up near the 30-yard line of Tipton. It'll take about a 13 out of 14, a 14-yard snap from Withrow. It's a good snap. There's the boot, low elevation. It's going to be caught in the air by Brummett. Brummett picks it up to the 23. He'll take it out near the 35-yard line. About a 12-yard return for Mason Brummett. And then the Twin Lakes Indians will begin there, 1st and 10.
I think that was Withrow on the tackle from his long snapper position.
Now tell me, Larry, now it's legal for the center to take off downfield right after the snap.
Is that new? Has that been there a while?
It used to be where you had to wait till the ball was punted.
Yeah. I'm not sure, and I played center. I didn't long snap though. I didn't like looking between my legs.
I thought it was the gunners and the center.
That could be.
So here we go. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dold. Single man in the backfield is Wagner. That's Carson Wagner. Trips to the right, short side of the field, split out wide left. Dropping to throw. Looking across the middle, nobody open. Blue Devils in his face. Nearly tipped away. It was tipped away and not quite intercepted, but a good tip.
Yeah, Quinn Toll closed on that one pretty quick, and that was intended for 27 Mason Brummett.
So Told is looking for across the middle. He's looking for middle routes, but he seems to be in distress enough. He has to roll out.
Yeah, he has been.
So his ball spotted at the 36-yard line, just inside the right hash. Slot right, slot left. I'm going to hand off Wagner. Carson Wagner can go up the middle. Wagner going to get a gain of about 6. We'll take it back to inside the hash mark. He'll get out to the 42-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down 4.
Yeah, pretty well blocked by the offensive line. Zane Durham, though, made the tackle yet again.
So ball's at the 42 of Twin Lakes. Just inside the right hash. Split out wide left is Keith Miller. He wears number 0. Isaiah Mahaney going to guard him man-to-man. Shotgun quarterback Dole. 3 receivers to the left. They got early movement. I think it was the center.
Could have been.
So illegal procedure. They'll back it at 5, and it's going to become 3rd down 9.
Yeah, it looked like he moved the ball slightly and probably got him for, I forget what they call that, a center infraction, illegal snapping or moving or something like that.
Sometimes you think he forgot to count, but I tell you what, this is a fun game, and you can get excited.
Yeah, sure can. This is it's been competitive. They've hit 2 long passes and, of course, the big punt return, but otherwise that's been a pretty even game.
So they're backing up to the 37-yard line, 3rd down 9 for Twin Lakes. You got 2 receivers, right side, short side of the field. They got a slot left side. Wagner in the backfield with Cooper Dold. He's going to drop the throw. He's going to pass it out in the flat. The forward pass, Wagner, he's going to get out of bounds. He's tackled out of bounds. And that's a pretty good comeback after a loss of 5 and making it 2nd and 9. A 4th now.
Yeah, that was very well played by Chase Husty there, running that down and knocking him out of bounds.
We're going to see their punt team for the first time, Larry. It's going to be number 15, Ethan Need. Need's got that towel backside in case he needs to dry them gloves off. He's got white gloves. And you know they got the silicone. They're grippy. It's almost like Lester Hayes wearing the stick 'em. Yeah, stick 'em. So here comes the boot. He's a good punt. Spiral. He's going to not call for a fair catch. That was Dakota Garman. Garman caught the ball, and there was a guy getting ready to tackle him, and that was number 10, Ledger Schaefer.
Yeah, catching punts was nothing I ever did, and that's nothing that I ever wanted to do. You got to hear a guy coming for you, but we were always taught, set your feet on the 10. If it goes over your head, let it go over your head.
That's a good one. I've heard that too. So the Blue Devils going to have the ball, 10-yard line. They got 90 yards in front of them. Plenty of time. They got 2 timeouts. 7:44 left here in the second quarter. Methodical drive. Blue Devils can go into the locker room, tie ball game. Shotgun, Quinn Toll. Single in the backfield, I believe it's Chase Husty. 2 stacked receivers. They'll hand off. They'll go right side. They get it across the 10, out to the 11. And the ball carrier was Chase Husty. It's going to be 2nd down 9 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, 51 Chewy Walters. But I'll tell you, interior, the defensive line is really taking it to the Devils here so far. They're making good penetration, and it makes it hard to run.
So from the 11, 2nd down 9, Blue Devils going to line up with trips to the left. Ball's in the middle of the field. Tight end right, I believe that's Jaron Aller. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. Single man in the backfield. Taking a snap. He's going to hand off again. Going to give it to Zane Durham. Durham going to work it outside, left side. He'll get it to the 15. He's going to pick up 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, DJ Guthrie from a strong safety position on that stop. But, again, looks like, Judson's just given the Devils a hard time there at nose guard. He's 5'9", 190, but he looks heavier than that. But that time he got double teamed, and they moved him off the ball a little bit.
So Blue Devils have it, 15-yard line, their own 15, left hash. Third down, they need 5, line to gain to 20. Shotgun, Quinn Toll, Zane Durham in the backfield. Slot left, slot right, long right side of the field. Look right, going to roll right. Quinn Toll going to avoid a would-be tackler. He's going to try to get rid of it. And he couldn't get rid of it. He's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. I take that back. He's going to lose 5 in the backfield. Back to the original stick. It's going to be 4th and 10.
Yeah, it looked like that was Peyton Hochin, number 3, on the tackle there, chasing Quinn down on the sideline.
So the Blue Devils going to line up in punt formation. Nathan Hawkins going to stand about 3 yards deep in the end zone. So Withrow going to release the snap here. Calling for the cadence. Silent count. I'll snap it. Here comes Boot. Low elevation. Line drive. Going to bounce hard. We're going to pick it up at the 45. It's Twin Lakes 45. Going to run it right side. Again, it's number 15, Ethan Need. Ethan Need with a good run back. He'll take it to the Blue Devil 8-yard line.
Yeah. Nathan Hawkins, the punter on the stop. You don't like to see that when you have everybody else out there trying to catch him, but that was a nice play by Brummett. He kind of shortstop, one hop that, pick it up, and on the run, and he was away.
So Twin Lakes, change of possession. They'll return it to the Blue Devil 8-yard line. First and goal from the 8, from the right hash. Shotgun. Cooper Dole. In the backfield, Carson Wagner. Slot right, slot left. They'll hand it to Wagner. They'll go up, and he'll get across the goal line. Come in 8-yard running touchdown for Wagner. He picks up touchdown number 5 on the season on the ground.
Yeah, that was a huge hole opened up for Goyer and Schur on the offensive line for Twin Lakes, and didn't get touched till he hit the end zone.
So touchdown, they leave 5:22 on the clock. Blue Devils still time on the clock for a methodical drive. And I will mention it's a 13-0 contest. There comes a snap. There's the hold. There's the boot. High elevation through the uprights. He is good. Ethan Need, he puts it through. Ethan Need has 8 points in the ballgame. Their holder, we should mention, number 11, Calvin Dellinger. He's a freshman. So Coach O'Shea lets the freshman hold for kicks.
Yeah, there you go. Just again, looking at Twin Lakes offensive line, you're across the board, you're looking at 225, 235, 260, 255, 290. You get those guys going in the downhill, and it's hard to stop.
Absolutely. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, they know the best offense is a strong defense. Starting with your roof, from repairs to full replacements, siding to gutters, they've got your home covered, literally. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. They are locally owned by Jordan Beck. Jordan Beck, his team plays hard, works harder, and doesn't stop till the job is done right. Mention this ad and score $500 off a new roof install. It's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, protecting your first line of defense. You can find out. Let them call them for a free estimate. Their phone number, 317-361-7858. Ranger Roofing. Going to boot the ball away, soccer style, about 8 yards deep. Call it 9. Ethan Need. Where's number 15? There comes the boot, high elevation. Pretty strong leg. Going to be taken again at the 3-yard line. On the return, Dakota Garmin, he's got a wall. He's He'll take this one out to the 20. Previous return out to the 30. They'll stop him at the 20-yard line. Middle of the field. Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10 with 5:16 left. That's a pretty good verse in the book of Matthew.
Yeah, it is. It looks like Dakota, just
ran it, thought he saw a crease, but it closed on him, and it became a brick wall for him, and stopped him right there, just a little over the 20.
They're going to put it just across the 20, 20 and a half. First and 10 Blue Devils. So what that Jack Roach is a protector.
Yeah, he is. I've been noticing him limping a little bit. I hope hope that knee isn't bothering him.
Shotgun. See him in the backfield, St. Durham. Take the handoff. Maybe run pass option. Maybe a handoff. We'll take that back. You'll keep the ball. Quarterback keeper. That was Quinn Toll. And that's going to be no gain. Second down, 10.
Boy, that's, again, 57. Nose guard Judson Gordon on the stop there. Just a hard guy to move out of there.
Zach Emberton jogs off the field. He'll get a little time off right here. They'll clap, break huddle in unison with a hand clap. 18 seconds on the play clock. Game clock is at 4:44. We're in the second quarter. It's a 14-0 contest. Twin Lakes in front. Shotgun. Going to drop the throw. Going to look right to the left side of the flat. Dakota Garman. He'll be skimmed in right there in the right flat. And he's going to pick up maybe about a double check that. He's going to lose yardage on there. Take it back to the 17. It's going to be third down, 14.
It looks like Baker and Walters on the stop there for the Indians. Sounds like a lawyer group, doesn't it?
It does. If you said Baker twice.
Did I? All right. Baker and Walters.
So they're going to line up. Third down. They're calling a 15 on the board. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. From the left hash, 17-yard line, dropping the throw. Quinn Toll looking right. He'll let it go. He's got an opening there. It's going to be intercepted. Going to be intercepted. The pass was thrown to Dakota Garman right at the midfield logo and stepping in and intercepting the football at midfield, the 50. He'll take it to the 15. And that's going to be the first turnover on the season for the Blue Devils, period.
Yeah, I tell you, 3 big, long plays for them. And Nathan Hawkins, punter, had to stop it from his tackle position this time.
So ball's resting at the 13-yard line, left hash. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dole, Carson Wagner in the backfield. Timeout called. Going to be a timeout called by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils going to talk this over and try to keep the deficit just about where it's at now before halftime.
Yeah, as I tell you, it'd be really tough going in, 3 scores down. But Blue Devils are going to do all they can to try to keep that from happening.
So Tipton Blue Devils call the timeout. And we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. It's Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service. You can call them at 765-292-2315 or visit them on their website, RutledgeWellDrilling.com. They're just west of Atlanta on 296th Street. Couple of miles off of 19. They're licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. It's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. Mike is still the main drip. So to the line of scrimmage, play clock is moving. Game clock at 3:39. It'll start on the snap. Shotgun, Dole. Going to hand off to Wagner. He'll go through hole. He'll cut it back. He'll take it on into the end zone. It's going to be a 13-yard run. And Carson Wagner going to pick up his second touchdown tonight. He's got 6 on the season.
And untouched into the end zone. Again, that offensive line is just doing a whale of a job for the Indians. I was reading the Football Digest. Coach was talking about, what they needed to change. They only averaged 70 yards a game rushing last year. And he said, we need to shore up our run game. And he looks like he's done that.
So they're going to hold again. It's going to be Calvin Dellinger, freshman quarterback. He'll hold. And through the uprights, Ethan Need. And Twin Lakes Indians, 21 on the board with 3:34 left here before halftime.
Yeah, not the way the Blue Devils wanted their homecoming to start out. I'm sure of that.
So Blue Devils going to talk this over in their huddle right there. Twin Lakes just the same. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com since 1983. You can visit them online, FritzandFishers.com. They've got great cars, great prices, great customers. You can reach them by dialing 317-842-2228. You can get a rare 2-point safety. That's 2 Hamilton County locations. That's Fritz and Fishers at 8599 East 116th Street, Fishers. And Fritz in Noblesville, 2400 Westfield Road. FritzandFishers.com. You can explore their quality used car inventory. FritzandFishers.com. FRITZ. So we're going to line up 9 yards deep again, a little bit soccer style. Ethan Need, he wears number 15. Here comes the approach. There's the boot. High elevation, maybe a little bit deeper. Might get the end zone this time. He did. Touchback for Need. I tell you what, Larry, I've said this before, but last year I went to Central Catholic for the regional. They played Andrean. Their kicker, senior for Andrean, 6'3", 180. I was watching him warm up before the game. He put that automatic holder right there at the 48-yard line and hit several 58-yarders as high as his goalpost. But on the season, he started the game with 51 kickoffs, and 33 were kickoff touchbacks.
Well, that's a weapon if you can do that.
Blue Devils to the line scrimmage, slot left. They're going to hand off. That's Chase Hussey. He'll go left side. He'll go 5-hole. He'll dive forward. He'll get extra yardage. They tackled him forward. And Chase Hussey going to pick up 4 on a first down play. It's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Coleman Ottinger, number 8 for the Indians on the tackle there from his outlet side linebacker position.
So ball's marked just inside the left hash. 24-yard line, Blue Devils, possession. 3:05 on the game clock. Clock moving, second quarter. 21-0 contest. Twin Lakes in front. Shotgun, Quintoll. Call for the snap. He'll hand off. He'll fake the handoff to keep the ball himself and get it across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. He's going to be 3 yards shy. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Tate Goyer on the stop for the Indians. Yeah, it just looks like the Blue Devils, just looking at the jerseys, they're just not getting much of a surge off the ball there.
So ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Blue Devils need the 30 to move the chains. 2:27 on the game clock. Shotgun formation, Quintoll. Slade Springer in the backfield. To his left. Slot left, split out wide right. Shotgun snap taken. He'll throw left side, caught. Ridgway has the first down. 6'6". Zach Ridgway picks up necessary yardage, and there's some late tackling going on there.
It looked like Cheyenne Van Wielden on the tackle there, but got a bunch of his guys over to help him out.
I'm not sure they're happy with the refs not blowing the whistle a little sooner on his digression.
Yeah. None of the home fans like too much of the boys getting roughed up.
Trips to the right. They move the chains, 1st and 10. Dropping the throw, Quintoll. Across the middle, caught. Dakota Garman. Garman takes it to the 48-yard line. And Garman's fine. But they try to put a tackle on him, and the tackler probably hurt himself.
Yeah, Chewy Walters has made a nice tackle, but he's looking a little groggy out there right now.
Chewy Walters leads the team, 24 tackles, 12 solo, and 12. They're going to move the ball to the left side. Quarterback snap, shotgun. Quintoll. He'll move it left side. He'll be pushed out of bounds. They'll call him near the 48. Tipton, so no gain. It's 2nd and 10.
Number 8, Ottinger again on the tackle for the Indians.
So ball's at the 48-yard line, left hash. Clock moving, 1:32. It's actually stopped. Quintoll went out of bounds forward to stop the clock. So slot left. Split out wide left side, Jaron Aller. Slot right. Mahaney in the slot. They're going to go right side. Going to find Zach Ridgway. First down. He's inside the 35. He'll take it to about the middle of the field. Ridgway takes it down to the Twin Lakes 33-yard line.
Hey, Zach looks like he settled down in between Holken and Schaefer on the tackle there.
I believe the Blue Devils have one timeout left. So they'll line up. Trips to the right, short side of the field. Dropping the throw, Quintoll. He'll take it up the middle. He's going to try to get what he can. He's going to get out of bounds. He will stop the clock. That's a good play by Quintoll. Stops the clock with 1:06 left. And he's going to pick up some yardage. He's going to pick up 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Coleman Ottinger again, number 8 on the stop. And looks like Chewy Walters, that did come out of the game there. He was coached, I think, noticed he was wobbling a little bit, but he's back in there.
So Twin Lakes Indians going to call timeout, try to get rested. The Blue Devils putting him to the limit. We'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union. That's North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans, higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. Join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. They are there to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org. There's the whistle. Play clock begins. 1:06 on the game clock. Shotgun snap taken by Quintoll. He'll roll left. He tucks it away early. Tucks it away a little bit early there. Might want to leave his fingers on the laces and buy him some more time and a little bit more yardage.
Yeah, and Coleman Ottinger is becoming well acquainted with Quintoll here.
So ball marks at the 30-yard line. 3rd down 6. Inside a minute, 41 seconds, clock moving. Slot right, slot left. Mahaney in the slot. He'll go motion away. They'll fake the jet sweep to Mahaney with the football in the backfield. They'll tuck it away again. He's going to get out of bounds. And they're going to say he didn't get out of bounds. 26 seconds. Clock going to continue moving. I don't know if he got out of bounds or they called him for digressing out of bounds.
I'm not sure, but Ottinger tackled him again. And, that's 8's just having tackles everywhere tonight.
I tell you what, more and more you see these refs want to say keep the clock running because they say the guy went out of bounds while going backwards. But if he goes out sideways, you're supposed to stop it. Goes out forward, stop it. But if he's going backwards when he went out of bounds, they keep it rolling.
Well, I can see that would have been the case on that one because that definitely was, Quinn was going backwards.
I guess that's where the forward progress had stopped in the field of play.
I get you. Yeah, it's 100%.
So who you got coming up this coming week at middle school?
Well, I tell you what, we've got TC, Tri-Central, in the Degler game. It's a game we started up to honor Kyle Degler, the past football coach here at Tipton Middle School, passed away tragically last year. And unfortunately, TC only has, I think, 13 players on the whole middle school team. So we're going to try to do something a little different and kind of play almost a inter-squad scrimmage with them playing right alongside of our players. And I think Kyle would have liked that. And I think it's in the spirit of things and, it'd be great time.
The timeout over, play clock. 4th down, they need 8. Dropping the throw, Quintoll is going to roll right. Looking for a receiver. Got to come back, he found him. That's Mahaney. It's Isaiah Mahaney. I tell you what, when your quarterback's in trouble, put your foot in the ground, come straight back to him.
Yeah, that's what a quarterback wants to see is a guy coming back to meet him and not just going deep, especially when you're on the run.
Isaiah Mahaney. That was well done by Isaiah.
Yeah, he saw that and did just exactly what he was supposed to do.
So a 4th and 8. And a sophomore quarterback links up with a senior receiver. 1st and 10, 11.3 left. Ball's marked at the 19-yard line. They're calling it to 20. 11.3. Pass play. They're going to go right side. Caught. Dakota Garman. Dakota Garman going to catch it. He'll pick up 5. 7.6 left.
Yeah, they're trying to work that sideline and get out of bounds or incompletion if at all possible, but they want to get in the blue end zone.
So ball's at the 15-yard line. Clock stopped as Dakota Garman catches the pass and gets out of bounds in a hurry. Picks up 5. It's 2nd and 5. 7.6 left. We're in the second quarter. Blue Devils, shotgun, trips to the left, split out wide right is Garman. Dropping a throw. He's looking right side. It's incomplete. Clock stopped at 4.6. It's going to be 3rd down, and that pass was to Springer, but that ball was probably better yet, incomplete.
Yeah, it was, because he would have been tackled right away. Inbounds, too.
So Zane Durham going to enter the ball game. Taking a breather is Slade Springer. Quintal going to take the play to the huddle. 4.6 left. Balls at the Twin Lakes 15-yard line at the right hash. Blue Devils going toward the scoreboard. They're going to the north. Slot, they're going to trip. Double slot, right side. They go motion, near side. It's Zane Durham. He'll reset. 3 to the left. Dropping the throw. It's going to be the final play of the half. Quintal got to go to the end zone. He will. And it's going to be touchdown, Tipton. And right there was Zane Durham.
Yeah, I think he wanted Zane a little earlier, but he wasn't open, and he came back towards the middle of the field, and Quinn put a dart right on him.
So Zane Durham picks up his 2nd receiving touchdown and his 2nd reception on the season.
Hey, 2 for 2, that's all you want, right?
That'll work. So Blue Devils are going to go to halftime down by 2 scores, not 3. Here comes the boot, and it's go inside the upright. Good. Nope, they go wide right. Missed it wide right. The Blue Devils will go to halftime with a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, that's got to make them feel better than going in down 21-0, that's for sure. And let's see if they can change some things up, the coaching staff, and see what can get done.
That was a good touchdown, but Blue Devils going to have to put it in the end zone again and go for 2 to balance this scoreboard.
Yeah, I tell you, and if they can, stop giving up those big punt returns to our friend Mr. Need, that would be a nice improvement as well, wouldn't it?
And Need's a very good athlete.
He sure is. Yeah, you can tell.
So we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. You can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only, to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, plaques, and more. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. They're so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. You can reach them by phone by dialing 317-773-7391. Again, 317-773-7391. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also, bringing you tonight's ball game is Discount Copies. Discount Copies. I tell you what, Larry, Discount Copies, they make our job a lot easier. They blow up these roster sheets. They help us sometimes with depth charts. Discount Copies. They are conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards, posters, and oversized printing also available. If you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary printed needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone 317-773-8783. Again, that's 317-773-8783, or by Gmail. That's discountcopies96@gmail.com. Discount Copies, the number 96@gmail.com. I tell you what, Larry, Indianapolis Colts home game Sunday, 1 o'clock. The Miami Dolphins come to town.
Is Tua going to be able to play? Has he already got a concussion already this year?
No, easy now. He's got a bank account. We don't have that one.
Well, that's true. And hope he can remember his name to sign those checks.
I tell you what, the Colts are going to go with Daniels. They're going to go with Daniels, and I feel comfortable with him.
Yeah, I tell you, everybody wants the Richardson experiment to work out, but you just when you get a big guy that likes to run the ball and hold the ball, in the NFL it's not for long if you don't get down when you need to get down. So I don't know that that's when's going to work out.
Well, Richardson has a better attitude, I will say that.
Yeah, he does, and like I said, some of the greatest players probably that we will never know, were 1 year or 2 years and then had a massive injury or whatever and gone forever. So, there's an element of luck to it too.
And I will also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Camino and Company. Camino and Company, they're in downtown Noblesville, Indiana. They're right there on the courthouse square. They're on the northeast side of the square. Camino and Company, a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the Camino and Company founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. That El Camino belongs to V.E. Witham. V.E. Witham is the grandpa of Carly Witham Elbrett. Carly Witham is the owner of Camino and Company, and their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to the Camino and Company completion. You can explore their website. Their website, Camino-and-company, spelled out, .com. That's Camino-and-company.com. And they are now booking 2026 brides. That's Camino and Company in Noblesville. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game being brought to you by Lucky Strike Lanes. Lucky Strike Lanes, that's in Elwood, Indiana. If you like creating memories, that's the place to be. Family-friendly bowling, state-of-the-art Redemption Arcade, great food and drinks at Sally's at the Alley. Open lanes with Cosmic Bowling every Saturday night, 7 to 11 p.m. That's Lucky Strike Lanes. They're just west of Pizza King on Anderson Street. That's in Elwood. Lucky Strike Lanes. And also, they got the homecoming. Who was it? Isaac Humrick?
Yeah, Isaac and with Samantha Bauer. Two wonderful young people here at Tipton High School.
That sounds good. I tell you, look out there and you see Joe Klauser in his civilians with his jersey on. He's well deserving to wear that number 81 jersey.
Yeah, he is. And Claire Cloud with him. Claire's just a great student here at 4-H. I think she's a president of 4-H, and I think she just got named the Pork Festival Queen. So she's an outstanding young person as well.
And also football player out there, Nathan Hawkins. He looks like he's sweating pretty good.
Yeah, Nathan Hawkins with Kennedy Lancaster, great golfer and great student student athlete here at Tipton as well.
Well said, Larry. You're good. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. She's got a real estate IQ that will work for the benefit of you. That's Lisa. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. You can let Lisa look or let Lisa list. Lisa knows that each home is precious. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21 Sheets Company. And she's highly recommended. She's a real estate agent, a real estate broker. And if you want to contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, her phone number is 317-513-4086. Again, that number is 317-513-4086. That's Lisa Stokes Bear. And I'll tell you what, Larry, it's a nice atmosphere right now. The sun's down, and tell us what you're going to say.
Well,
I think we could have the greatest height disparity between a king and queen, Isaac Hummerhouse and Josie Butler. Josie's a great golfer for the golf team here at Tipton, and Isaac's got probably about looks to be about 2.5 feet taller than Josie is. But again, both great young people. Love them both.
I tell you what, Isaac Hummerhouse, he shot the 3-ball good last winter. Look for him to be a leader on the Tipton Blue Devils basketball team.
Yeah, I'm sure his brother's been giving him some pointers with that 3-pointer too. So
you're talking about Ben, the Illinois Illini guy.
Absolutely, I bet.
But Ben, what's Ben? He's 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". He got to start for Illinois.
Yeah, he did. He worked his way right up into that and was sixth man for a long time and got to start and performed very, very well in the tough Big Ten conference.
I saw him on the offensive set. They put him in the corner, and he'd play like he was Ted Kitchell.
He liked it out there, that's for sure.
And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by AGM Auto, LLC. At AGM Auto, you'll not only be treated with pure professionalism, you'll appreciate their state-of-the-art diagnostics and their up-to-date status on each of the AGM technicians. And AGM doesn't only work under the hood. AGM works toward the recovery and the restoration of the many now beautiful cars and trucks that have become showroom treasures. They'll restore your automobile. If it's in the barn, covered up with a tarp, or maybe it's just outside in the rain. You get that car to AGM, and they'll make you glad again. Now, your car could be next. Contact AGM Auto, 317-984-5283. Again, that number is 317-984-5283. AGM Auto, just off of US 31, 276th Street, about 4 miles towards Arcadia. That's AGMauto.com. Don't be looking. We're going to talk right now with Larry. Got about 5 minutes left. We'll try to get this done. But we're going to talk about the NFL this week. NFL games that's going to happen. We already had one last night, the Cowboys and the Eagles. You watch that.
I did not.
That was a mess.
It hurt from the very beginning, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was 24-20. I think they had 3:44 or something like that left in the third quarter. Lightning took over. They evacuated the stadium. The players went into their locker rooms. The people with the microphones stayed close by and kept us entertained. The rain came down. They had to move closer inside because the rain was hitting them right there at the opening.
Wow. That's a hard detail for an announcer to keep talking about stuff for that long a time.
And then when they finally came back to play, I think it's 45 minutes or maybe an hour, I don't know. But they came back to play, and then nobody scored again. And that was the final score, 24-20. Eagles beat the Cowboys.
I heard something on social media about somebody spitting in Dak Prescott's face before the game or something, a rookie. And do we want to start that in the NFL?
Guy named Jalen, I forget his last name.
Georgia. Yeah, Georgia.
They missed him. He was their best on defense.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I hope he behaves himself because some big offensive tackle might take exception to that one day.
Well, he got kicked out of the game before they even started the game, and he's probably going to lose some money in his wallet.
I would expect before the game ever started. Unbelievable.
That's nuts. They showed it over and over. You can see the saliva come out of his mouth.
I just don't know what to say before the game. Now, I could see in the heat of action something like that maybe transpiring, but not before the game.
I agree. Hey, tonight, Larry, game happening right now. The Chiefs at the Chargers. Chargers are the home team, but they're playing in Brazil.
Wow. I don't know how you're the home team in Brazil, but okay.
Okay, Larry, who are you picking for tonight?
Oh,
Chiefs or the Chargers?
I don't care whether it's Kansas City, Brazil, or the moon. We can't go against the Chargers.
So the Chiefs. Okay. All right. There's 8 1:00 games on Sunday. That's the 7th of September, the first game. Dolphins are at the Colts.
No, I'd love to say the Colts, but I'm going to put my money on the Dolphins.
Okay, the Steelers are at the Jets. Ugh.
Oh, Jets.
Jets, okay. Panthers are at the Jaguars.
Boy, are there two more pathetic teams. Flip a coin for me, AJ. Panthers.
Okay, Cardinals are at the Saints.
Cardinals.
Okay. The Buccaneers are at the Falcons.
Oh, you missed this one. Buccaneers. I'll take Buccaneers.
My bad. Is the Giants. Okay. I missed one. There we go. Okay. Giants are at the Commanders.
I'll take Commanders.
All right. Buccaneers are at the Falcons.
Yeah, Buccaneers.
Bengals at the Browns. The Battle of the Ohio.
I'll take the River team, the Bengals.
The Raiders are at the Patriots.
Whew. Raiders. No, I switch that Patriots. I think I'll go Patriots.
Okay, the 49ers. This is the 4:05 game. There are two of those. 49ers at the Seahawks.
49ers.
Titans are at the Broncos.
Broncos.
Lions are at the Packers.
Lions.
Texans are at the Rams.
I'm going to say Texans. I like them this year.
Sunday night football, 8:20 p.m. Ravens are at the Bills.
That's going to be a game. I'm going to take the Bills and the squeaker.
So you don't like Lamar Jackson in that game?
Yeah, I like them both. That's the problem.
All right, Monday night football. Be careful here. Monday night football, the Vikings are at the Bears.
Well, I grew up around Chicago, but I don't trust Caleb Williams. I really don't. I'm taking the Vikings.
That's nice. And we'll see what happens there. I'm hoping the Vikings can win half their games.
That'd be good.
We'll see what happens. Got 30.8 seconds as they're stretching out again. You're giving them some time to stretch out. The Blue Devils and the Twin Lakes Indians. So we'll also mention game is in parts being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana. Their address is 1708 South 8th Street. That's in Noblesville. Simply call them at 317-773-4800. Again, their number is 317-773-4800. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available, and a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy to keep you out of the chiropractor's office. That's Indiana Express Rentals. Their hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You'll find Dirk. Dirk will escort you around the lot. He'll help you find the truck that best suits your need. That's Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from any travel. That is Indiana Express Rentals. I tell you what, Larry, I listened to a little bit of NFL Network, NFL radio on Sirius, and a friend of mine, he's a friend of mine, you know who it is, he came up and he said 5 Ps. Do you have the 5 Ps? That's P as in Paul. The 5 Ps, he says, are proper preparation prevents poor performance. I had never heard that before.
I like it. I might use that one.
That's a good one. That is a real good one. And the Blue Devils are getting ready to get the reset. Blue Devils are going to receive. So the Blue Devils are going to score. They got a 6-pointer, and they'll probably go for 2, but they have the opportunity to do that on this particular drive.
We'll see. They'll have to eliminate some of the mistakes they've had, and Quinn looking down the field here and see if he can connect a little bit more with maybe Mr. Durham or his other receivers. We'll see what happens.
So Twin Lakes is going to finish up their calisthenics. They're going to jog back to their sideline. 25 seconds, clock moving. That's the 3 minutes additional that they put on the clock to stretch out. 15-minute intermission and then 3 minutes. So everybody knows you're going to get 3 minutes, and that's a good thing to know.
Yeah, and they, took it a little bit longer with the festivities tonight with the homecoming, but we'll get back to action here pretty quickly.
The Blue Devils are going to receive deep man Dakota Garman. He wears number 8. He's on the left side. Right deep man is number 20, Isaiah Mahaney. And that's pretty good couple of a return men for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, got some speed back there. We'll see if they can return it.
So just as long as they don't put that NFL kickoff into high school.
Yeah, I hate that, boy. I really do.
That's a mess. So they're going to back up. He's going to back up 10 yards this time, soccer style. Again, kicking off. Twin Lakes is number 15, senior Ethan Need. Here comes the boot, high elevation. A shorter kick this time. Mahaney going to take it up to 12. Mahaney going to follow his pile up in front of him. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to move it out to the 32-yard line. I thought he'd be bottled up before that. He got about 5 or 7 additional.
Ledger Schaefer on the tackle there for the Indians.
So Ledger Schaefer going to line up. He'll line up in a right cornerback on defense. Ledger Schaefer entered this game as the leading receiver for Twin Lakes.
Yeah, he's a good athlete.
So Blue Devils going to line up in a shotgun. Zane Durham, left side of Quinn Toll, 5 yards deep. Slot right, going to go near motion. It's going to be Mahaney. He'll get the handoff on a jet sweep. Blocking out in front of him, he'll go up the Blue Devils sideline. He'll go out of bounds. They'll spot him at about the 36-yard line. So he's going to pick up 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Looks like Twin Lakes getting some new guys in the game. DJ Guthrie, number 4, on the stop there, pushing him out of bounds.
So ball spotted at the left hash. Blue Devils, 36-yard line. Slot right. In the slot is Dakota Garman. Slot left, Mahaney in the slot. Dropping to throw out a shotgun. Pass play, right side. Going to go down, try to get it. He tried to do a little set down route. The ball was somewhat low, probably about 18 inches off the ground. Dakota Garman nearly made the catch.
Yeah, hit him in a bad place, though, right in the hands.
He went down. He squatted down like a catcher, but he couldn't grab it on that second attempt.
Yeah, he just, like I said, just kind of bounced right off his hands.
So 3rd down, still 6 for a first. First possession, second half. Blue Devils took the kickoff. 11:42 on the game clock after the interception. To drop in the throw, Quintola is looking right. He's going to go deep pass. Cross the middle, caught. This one, that was Dakota Garman, that he lost the grasp of it. It came out of his hand, and there's nobody more disappointed than he is.
Yeah, he had it, made a nice little move there, and just inexplicably, he didn't tuck it away, and he was carrying it loosely, and sometimes those things happen when they pop right out of your hand.
I'm not sure if he wasn't moving the football to his left arm to be have the ball closest to the sideline. That was the Blue Devil sideline. Not quite sure. They throw a flag after this play, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Twin Lakes. The Twin Lakes going to drop back 15 more. They do get the football, but lack of a better term, that might have been a good punt.
Yeah, well, he number 8, Coleman Ottinger, had a little something to say, and so that doesn't usually work in your favor with the guys in the striped shirts.
So they back it up. Twin Lakes is going to put it in play at their own 29-yard line. So from the right hash, Tipton going to play defense. The Twin Lakes to the line of scrimmage. Going to line up in a slot left side. Mason Brummett in the slot. Short side of the field, slot right. Single man in the backfield. Carson Wagner. The quarterback is Cooper Dold. He'll take a snap low. Pick it up off the surface. And in the backfield right now, going to be a tackle for a loss. He'll lose 3. It's going to be 2nd and 13.
The law firm of Springer, Roach, and Durham on the tackle there for the Devils.
So they back it up to the 26-yard line. So 2nd down, 13. Ball just inside the right hash. Twin Lakes Indians are traveling away from the scoreboard. They're going from the north to the south. Slot left, slot right, short side of field. Carson Wagner in the backfield with Cooper Dole, called the cadence 8 on the play clock. He'll get the snap. He'll look left side, long pass, got it to Brummett. First down, Brummett. He'll be tackled out of bounds. He's going to pick up about 12 more after the catch. And Brummett's going to take it to midfield, and he'll go out of bounds.
Pretty well covered, but nice ball, nice catch.
So pretty good strong arm throw by Cooper Dole. They say if you can throw from one hash to the other sideline, the far hash to the other sideline, you've got a strong arm.
He got it there in a hurry, that's for sure.
So ball's on the left hash, spotted at the 49-yard line of Twin Lakes. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Double slot, left side. It's going to be right side. They go motion away. In the motion is Ledger Schaefer. Dropping the throw. He wants to go deep. Couldn't get it to him. He had a roll right side pass play. They're going to say he is out of bounds. The catch was made. Nice catch by Keaton Miller. Rolling right, throwing the pass was Dole. Keaton Miller couldn't catch it in bounds.
Yeah, he was. It looked like he was falling out of bounds there, and don't know who was on the coverage there, but a little late getting there.
So that was right there out of bounds, the Blue Devils side of the field. So that was good coverage because Cooper Dole didn't have an outlet.
Yeah, he had him pretty well covered out here.
So they'll spot it back to the 49 left hash. 3 to the right side. 3 receivers, 1 left, split out, short side of the field. Carson Wagner dropped and throw, a shotgun. Pass play, left sideline, long pass caught, and guess who? Number 15, Ethan Mead, goes the distance. 51-yard pass play for a touchdown to Mead.
I tell you what, right over, Willie Mays over the head catch. For those old people who can remember that catch, Mead made a nice, he ran right by Zach Emberton, who's a, pretty good track guy himself. So nice ball, nice catch.
Cooper Dole, about a 55-yard launch. So they'll try the point after. Again, the holder is Calvin Dellinger, freshman. There's the boot. And Ethan Mead put some more points on the board. He's in the running for several points this year on his team.
Yeah, like I said, too, earlier, Coach over there thought he wanted to, shore up the run game. But I think with a quarterback like that and the receivers he has, I'd keep chucking the ball around.
So Blue Devils going to receive 28-6. Blue Devils going to receive. Blue Devils going to try to put some more points on the board. This game is far from over.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left. We'll see if they can figure out how to block these big defensive linemen and move the ball up the field.
So the Blue Devils in their kick-off receiving huddle. Right there at the numbers. They'll adjourn now and go out and take their positions. Here come the Twin Lakes Indians. Twin Lakes Indians are going to kick off again. Again, we're going to see Ethan Mead. Ethan Mead, I tell you what, I'm guessing he could probably play somewhere at the next level.
Catch ball like that, I think he can.
He might be able to kick also there.
Yeah, he's doing a good job kicking the ball as well.
So he's going to back up 10 yards again this time. We'll take a 9-yard approach, soccer style. 10:09 left. We're in the third quarter. Twin Lakes 28, Tipton 6. Need, Twin Lakes going to kick it to the Blue Devils. High elevation, deeper kick. Mahaney's going to take it at the 3-yard line. He'll bring it back out of there. They'll follow the blocking. He's wide open. He might go the distance. Mead is the only guy to beat. He's going to slow up to try to get by him. But Mahaney puts it to the other 40-yard line. So he takes it into Twin Lakes territory. And that wall they set up worked beautifully.
Yeah, and Isaiah was through that little opening like a shot out of a cannon and got him set up quite well here. Let's see if the Devils can do anything with this great field position.
Wasn't it a year ago? Mahaney ran 2 back for touchdowns.
Yeah, he's got some explosiveness to him.
Those. They're going to line up the 40-yard line, Twin Lakes territory. Shotgun. Jaron Aller is the H-back. They're going to hand off to Springer. Springer's going to go right side. He's got a positive gain. Springer's going to pick up 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he almost popped that loose. Tate Goyer grabbed a hold of him on his way by and dragged him down.
So just inside the 35-yard line, 34-yard line, Twin Lakes territory. Ball's near the middle of the field. Second down. They're calling it 5. You got to give him a gain of 5. He earned it. Slot left. In the slot is Dakota. Split out wide left is Emberton. Faking the handoff. He'll keep the ball himself. Quinn Toll going to get tackled, and he paid the price there.
Yeah, you don't want your quarterback to do that for too many times. 6'1", 225, Chewy Walters was also helped out by, let's see who that was, Ben Holgren at the tackle there.
I think the offensive line probably going to get a little speaking to after that play.
Yeah, they need to, like I said, Judson Gorton at 5'9" and 190, he looks bigger than that. He's been causing havoc there at the nose guard position.
Shotgun, dropping the throw, third down, 5. Going to roll right. He's going to keep the ball himself. He's got to put some wheels on it. He kind of slowed up, wanted to just kind of size up what was going to happen.
Yeah, well, that gives a chance for the safety to size you up as well. So I think Quinn would probably be better served just hoofing it as fast as he can towards that white line on the sideline.
Blue Devils have it at the right hash. They are on the 33-yard line of Twin Lakes. They need 3. It's 4th and 3. Big play here. First down needed on this play. Shotgun. Slot left. Big side of the field. Dakota Garman in the slot. Wide left is Emerson. They're going to hand off to Springer. Springer on a 4th down play, not going to get there. He's going to be a yard and a half short. I thought he was going to get it.
No, Cheyenne Van Wilden, number 81 from his cornerback, I should say, position, caught him before he could really get started.
So the Blue Devils are going to play defense. They'll turn the ball over on downs. They needed 3. They got about 2, maybe 1.5.
Yeah, not very much at all.
So the Blue Devils are going to line up. Defensively, Chase Hussey going to call the defensive huddle. 9 o'clock straight up. 90 minutes gone by. We started at 7:32. Third quarter, 7:57 left. Twin Lakes up 28-6. Shotgun. Dropping the throw. It's Cooper Told. Looking across the middle. He's going to let one go. And he's going to float it in. Again, it's Ethan Need. And Need's going to work the ball into Blue Devil territory. He'll make the catch. And they'll spot the ball at the Blue Devil 31.
Yeah, that looked like a blown coverage there. Somebody just ran into somebody else there wearing blue.
So ball's at the 31 of Tipton. When he released that ball, I thought it was off the back of his hand. I thought it was going to be a pass that might be intercepted.
Yeah, but when you look down the field, he was wide open. There wasn't anybody within about 10 yards of him.
So they'll line up middle of the field, 31-yard line. Trips to the left, split out wide right is Miller. Pass play, left flat, forward pass to Brummett. Mason Brummett going to take it about 10 yards. He'll probably get credit for about 9. They're going to give him credit for 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it looks like Isaiah Mahaney on the stop there for the Blue Devils.
I'm going to back it up. It's going to be a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. And Nathan Hawkins going to get a well-deserved break here.
Yeah, he's been going both ways and kicking the ball and punting, and so yeah, he needs some water and a towel.
So they'll line up in a shotgun. Cooper Dole in the backfield, single back is Carson Wagner. He's a senior. Slot left, short side of the field, slot right. Big side of the field, Keaton Miller. Wide right, line of scrimmage. Dropping the throw, shotgun, pass, left side, caught. Ethan Need's got a first down. They'll stop the clock. I'm not sure he got out of bounds, but at 1st and 10.
I tell you, Hunter Ward, number 18, new in the game. He was wide open down the middle, but Dole wasn't looking at him.
So the ball spotted down at the 12-yard line at the left hash. Twin Lakes with the possession, leading in the ballgame 28-6. So Cooper Dole enters the huddle. They call the play at 15 seconds. They disperse there at the line of scrimmage now at 11 seconds. Shotgun. They got Twins left, slot right. Dropping the throw, going to hand off to Wagner. Wagner, the ball carrier, out of the backfield. He's not getting a lot of carries in this game, and he'll get it inside the 5. They'll mark him down about the 3.5-yard line. Wagner, the ball carrier, he's a senior.
Yeah, I tell you, once they get down there in the red zone, they've been handing Wagner the ball, and Blue Devils defensive line just getting blown off the ball. It looked like Springer and Toll in on the tackle there.
So second down, they're calling it 2. Ball's at about the 3.5-yard line. Tipton, their backs against the goal line, playing defense. Hand off again, Wagner. Wagner going to dive it forward. They're going to stay short of the goal line, about the 1. And they're going to move the chains. That's going to give them 4 plays from the 1 at first and goal.
Got Durham on the tackle, but they're going to have a Herculean effort here to keep him out of the end zone.
So play comes into the huddle via the legs of Cooper Dold. Cooper Dold jogging to the sideline. Coach Kevin O'Shea, a pretty good mind for football, and that's probably an understatement. Shotgun, Cooper Dold. Wagner in the backfield. Going to hand off to Wagner, and Wagner gets in the end zone, and he never went to the surface. Wagner with the score, 34-6. He'll try the point after.
Yeah, Grayson Weatherup for the Blue Devils hit him right there on the line, but he just drugged Grayson right in the end zone with him.
So they'll spot the block there at the 10-yard line. Soccer style, Ethan Need. Try the point after again. Here comes a short snap. Snap's good, holds good, boots good. And that's going to bounce over the fence. When it bounces over the fence, you've made a good kick.
Well, he's pounding that ball with his leg.
So 35-6. Ethan Need, I've lost track of how many 6-pointers he has, but I do know he's got 5 point-after touchdown kicks.
I think he's at, maybe he's got 3, and big number 44, Carson Wagner's probably got the other 2.
So we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Jim Dandy Restaurant. Jim Dandy Restaurant, they're located at 203 West Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can dine in or carry out. Their phone number is 765-675-6199. They have American comfort food, and they have breakfast served all day since 1964. They have good food, good friends, good times. Back in the Blue Devils since the very beginning. They also have Dairy Queen, Grill and Chill, 800 East Jefferson Street, Tipton. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. They've got dine-in, drive-through, carry-out, and they also have outdoor seating. That's Jim Dandy and Dairy Queen here in Tipton. Here comes the boot. Ethan Need, end under end. You're taking it to 5 on the return to Cody Garman. Garman looking for the blocking. He works outside. He gets through the hole there, and he'll take it out to the 29, maybe the 30, call it the 30. So Garman duplicates his best return at 30 yards. The other one was 20 yards.
It looked like Ledger Schaefer there on the stop for the Indians. I'm sorry. It had a nice, little wall there, but the wall never moved forward. So it looked like they kind of run right up on them.
So at the 30-yard line, left hatch, Blue Devils take over on offense. Slot left, Jaron Aller in the slot left side. See him in the backfield, Chase Hussey. Hussey going to fake the handoff. Keeping the ball there is Quinn Toll. They'll get it back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit further, not much. It's going to be a 2nd down 9 for the Blue Devils.
It looks like Twin Lakes getting some new players in there. That was number 38, Colton Robertson, a senior defensive back, made the tackle there.
So the Blue Devils, 2nd down 10 from their own 30, just inside the left hatch. Going to line up with Mahaney in the slot right side. Zach Ridgway split in. They go slot left. They go Jaron Aller outside. They'll hand the ball off again. It's going to be Chase Hussey. He found a hole. Chase Hussey made a good cut. Hussey's going to pick up 8. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
That's Ben Hodgen, number 2 on the tackle there for the Twin Lakes Indians.
So Quinn Toll going to enter the huddle. They start that play clock at 40. Good shape on it, 24 seconds. They break huddle in unison with a hand clap. They're to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the left. That's a short side of the field. Tight end right. Shotgun. Quinn Toll. Going to take it himself. He follows the blocking. and he sheds off a would-be tackle, and they'll get it out near first down yardage, but not quite. It's going to be about a half yard short, Larry. It's going to be fourth down. This is probably a go-for-it time.
I'm not sure, but that was Tate Goyer. Big number 72 got a paw on him and just held on with one hand and kind of slowed Quinn Toll up enough for the rest of his teammates to get a hold of him.
You wonder when you should go under center.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So they're going to go shotgun. They need half a yard. Slot right. Tight end left is Ridgeway. They're going to hand off up the middle. They give it to Chase. He's got a first down and lots more. Chase Husky going to carry it way into Twin Lakes territory. There's going to be a flag thrown. Ledger Schaefer didn't want to do that, but he's okay. And a tackle made by Schaefer, but they're going to take it down to the 25. They needed half a yard, Larry, and they ended up getting about 40.
Shane Van Wilden on the tackle there, but he did horse collar him, so we'll get a few more yards there.
So they'll get half the distance. Now they go from the 25. That's all of it. That was at 25, so they mark off the full 15 yards, as long as it's not inside the 20. So Isaiah Mahaney's sprinting down here. He's going to get back in the game. He's on the sideline now. Shotgun. Jaron Aller at the H-back. He's lined up behind the tackle left side. Going to give the handoff again to Chase Husky. Husky going to get inside the 10. Now near the 7-yard line, Chase Husky has some courage now.
Again, number 2, Ben Hodgen on the stop for the Indians.
So they'll mark it back at the 8. He's calling it 2nd and 5 on the board. 2 minutes, 49 seconds, clock moving. Blue Devils going to put it in the end zone, go for 2. So from the 8-yard line left hash, Slade Springer in the backfield. He's going to get the handoff. He'll go up the middle. He'll cut right side 2-hole, and he'll get it down near the 1. Slade Springer picks up 7. They need 1 for a score.
A nice jump cut there by Springer. Hodgen again on the tackle for the Indians.
So, first and goal from the 1. We saw that down here with Twin Lakes. Now Tipton has it first and goal from the 1. We saw Wagner take it in. We're probably going to see Springer take this ball in. Springer gets a handoff. Springer across the goal line, touchdown. Blue Devils, they have 12 on the board. They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Nice surge there from the interior line from the Blue Devils, and that's good news for them.
So the Blue Devils is going to go for 2 here. Try to even the scoreboard up, at least getting it evened up. So Blue Devils send out their offense. Quinn Toll calls the huddle. To the line of scrimmage, 15 seconds left, plenty of time. Point after touchdown, an untimed down. Clock loses no time on this play. It's point after. Handoff. No handoff. Fake the jet sweep. Quinn Toll looking to throw it to the end zone. Clear it. Jaron Oler touches it in the back of the end zone. Jaron Oler finds it in the back of the end zone. 2-point conversion. Blue Devils going to call timeout on the surface. And well done right there by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that Peyton Aller just followed his quarterback sprinting out and, drug himself across the back of the end line and caught that one nice high outside shot. So got a Blue Devil down on the field here, getting up slowly. Got Burke Emmert and his crew out there taking a look at him. We won't try to decipher a number here, and hope he's all right. So they're looking over him now. Quinn Toll coming off the field right now, and after a nice 2-point conversion. So, give me a little bit closer, 35-14 in favor of the Twin Lakes Indians. Once again, have a Blue Devil down in the end zone, and staff taking a look at him.
Well, Larry, you never want to see this, but it's part of it. It's well worth the risk, and you could ask him, and he'd probably say the same.
Well, yeah, and again, we're seeing, numbers going down in young people playing football, and I guess I get it. There's a lot of injuries, but there's always been a lot of injuries. Technology is better than it's ever been, and I just think this game, teaches life lessons that no other game teaches. So I really, like to see more and more kids playing this game, and so hopefully everything will be all right. Looks like Dakota Garmin just maybe having a little ankle problem, but coming up with some help with the training staff.
We'll hope it's an ankle. If it's an ankle, we'll hope. Dakota Garmin is off the charts this year.
And Dakota has had some ankle troubles in the past. He's had a sprained ankle really bad a couple years ago, and had a sprained ankle when he played middle school for me. And so, sometimes those are just, nagging injuries that you just have to, you deal with over the years. And but Dakota's a tough guy, so it must be bothering him quite a bit to require help like that off the field.
So they're helping him off the field right there. Dakota Garmin. You get a good hand clap by the faithful right here at Tipton High School. So they're going to check on him. Burke Emmert is one of the best.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job for, the whole high school, all their teams, and middle school as well. And, it's not a guy you want to have on the field very much, but when he is, your player's in good hands.
The Blue Devils score a touchdown. They get a 2-point conversion. Quinn Toll rolls left, finds Jaron Aller, the back of the end zone. And that was well done.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, Jaron kind of doing the same thing that we saw Zane Durham earlier, kind of roll with your quarterback and hopefully good things happen.
So the Blue Devils going to kick the ball away. Brogan Ferg just got handed the football from the official. That football is from the ball bag on the Tipton sideline. He gets to kick the ball he prefers, but the officials do put a needle in it. They check the weight, and that's a fact. I've been there, and Dustin Shear knows. But here comes the approach. Brogan Ferg going to bounce, might get to the end zone if it bounces hard. He's going to pick it up. He touched it in bounds, and that was not a good idea by Ledger Schaefer. He touched it in bounds with his right foot out of bounds.
Sometimes you see things like that, and you realize that there are teenagers out there playing, and just not a very smart move. But hey, he's trying to make something happen, and you can't fault him for that.
And we got to admit, we have a pretty good Eagles Nest view up here.
Yeah, we sure do. And like I said, I'm sure he was so much wanting to take one up the sidelines that he forgot where he was for a second.
So they'll spot it to 10. That's where he touched it, to where the right foot was out of bounds. When he touched it, the ball was not quite out of bounds yet. It was laying on the carpet. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 10 for Twin Lakes. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Told. Wagner in the backfield. Ball goes through his legs. Might go to the back of the end zone. It's going to be a safety. So the Blue Devils are living on Luke right now. That ball rolled, bad snap between Dole's legs, and it rolled out of bounds like it was a log. It wasn't going in every which way as a log.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was watching it through the binoculars. It looked like it skipped, hit him in the hand, and he tried to trap it. And when he did, it just kind of squirted out, just like you said, just rolled like a log, didn't change direction at all, and just squirted right out of the back of the end zone.
He was going to try to stop it, but he couldn't.
Yeah, he put his hand down on it like he was trying to just, snatch it off the ground, and it didn't work out well for him.
Well, there's a couple plays right there that just happened that we wouldn't see again for years.
Exactly. We had one in our middle school game a couple weeks ago where one of our guys came up to catch a punt and went right through his hands, hit him in the kneecap, and rocketed straight forward and took about 10 yards, and it just hopped right up in his hands, and he took it for a touchdown. I'm like, you could never do that again if you tried 100 times.
So the Blue Devils pick up 2 points, and it's going to be Twin Lakes. They'll go from the 20. They'll either kick it or they can free punt it. In high school, they usually go with the kick variety, and they are going to do that here. So he's going to kick it off. That's Ethan Need. Ethan Need's going to kick it to the other 20. He's got a leg.
Yeah, watch him. He's just going to beat this one as far as he can kick it. That's why.
Here comes Ethan Need. There's the whistle. 2:06 left here in the third. It's 35-16. We're going to have an offsides penalty. He's going to back up 5 more, and he'll kick it from the 15 next time. So offsides, Twin Lakes. Twin Lakes defenders were offsides before the ball was kicked.
Well, I'm sure that's not a play they practice very much. You know, the squib kick from the 20. So like I said, guys, I think he kicked that on purpose, kind of a line drive shot. So they were trying to get off the field as quickly as possible, I'm sure, and somebody just got there a little too quickly.
Ethan Need spots it there on the tee again. Right footed kick from soccer style, about a 9-yard approach. Going to have to kick this one from the 15. So it would be the 20 after a safety. Offsides play for Twin Lakes. They'll kick it from the 15. There's the boot. End under end. Short kick. Let me take it on the run at the 36 of Tipton. Emberton takes it out to midfield. Zach Emberton with a good return.
Yeah, Ledger Schaefer on the stop, but I think he felt that a little bit. He's kind of dragging an arm and touching his helmet coming off. I think Zach took it to him a little bit.
So they spot it. They nose it up at the 50-yard line. So Tipton has a 50-yard porch right here. This game isn't over, Larry.
No, I'm sure, they're going to draw up as some good offense here and see what happens.
So line up in a shotgun, 2 in the backfield this time. Chase Hussey and Zane Durham. Low snap. Let me give it to Durham. Left to right. They get a blocking back in front of him. He takes it to the 49, moves the ball barely into Twin Lakes territory. So Durham picks up 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9.
It looked like Chewy Walters again on the stop, and he's kind of comes up holding the shoulder a little bit here. Bending down now, taking a knee. He might come off. But he's a middle linebacker. He'll probably stay in there. He doesn't care about a little pain.
He's a good-sized young man, 6'1", 2 1/4. I tell you what, you look at these sizes, you just wow.
Yeah, I'd love to been that back in the day.
So shotgun. Jaron Aller behind the left tackle. Slot right. Hand off, single man in the backfield. They give it to Chase Hussey. Chase Hussey is having a second half. Hussey going to get it inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line. And the Blue Devils are going to have it. 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, free safety Mason Brummett on the stop there for the Indians.
So Blue Devils working in Twin Lakes territory. After the safety call, after the kickoff, Blue Devils on a good methodical drive. They're going to hand off. They keep the ball. Quintoll, option play. Puts it in the belly of Husky. Pulls it back out. Goes right side 6-hole. Then he'll pick up necessary yardage. So they'll move the chains. It's 1st and 10 at the Twin Lakes 38-yard line.
Coleman Ottinger again there from his outside linebacker position on the stop.
So from the 38, Blue Devils, a new set of downs. 30 seconds, clock moving. We're in the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes left here in the 4th coming up. Slot left, slot right. Dropping the throw. Quintoll looking right side, pass play. Caught out there. That was Capshaw. Parker Capshaw with the catch.
Yeah, we didn't have his number change. I talked to him at the JV game the other day, and I'm like, you changed your number on us. We didn't know who you were.
Parker Capshaw, I'm wearing that 88 Lynn Swan days.
Yeah, Parker's he's a funny guy. I love him, a good kid.
So they'll line up right side. Jaron Aller, split in right side. Parker Capshaw in the slot. Mahaney in the slot left side. Dropping a throw, pass play right side. Tips, but caught by Jaron. Jaron Aller, he'll take it down to the 21. So 1st down on the catch. And Jaron Aller brings it in and moves the chains.
Yeah, that was Peyton Hodgson, brother of Ben Hodgson, who's been making some tackles. Ben's number 2 and Peyton's number 3.
So 1st and 10, that's going to empty out the 3rd quarter. They'll invert the field. Blue Devils will have it at the south end of the field. They'll have it at the right hash. They'll have it at the 22-yard line of Twin Lakes.
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll see if they can get something out of this one. I'm looking up here, see a green light flashing. I guess somebody must be flying a drone taking some pictures up top for this game.
And we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Hope Jewelers. They're in Tipton. Hope Jewelers, Tipton. Precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton, next to the Diana Theater. Hope Jewelers are located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-675-9720. Hope Jewelers, they're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're open on Saturday, 9:30 to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. Shotgun formation, Quintoll. He'll drop the throw. 2 receivers left side. One to let it go. He's going to roll left. And he's going to be tackled in the field of play. He's going to pick up a loss of about 1. He's going to lose 1 on the scramble. And again, right there was Mr. Walters.
Jerry Walters again on the tackle here. He's a very mobile guy.
So ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Going to be a loss of a loss of 2. Second down, 12 for the Blue Devils. 24 yards to pay dirt for Tipton. So good. Dakota Garman is back in the game. That's amazing, and that's great. So they'll line up in a stack, right side receivers. They'll hand off to Springer. He'll go left. He'll bring it back right. Slade Springer going to get inside the 20. He'll be spotted near the 18.5. Slade Springer working left, bringing it back against the grain. Brought it back like a Marcus Allen.
Yeah, great jump cut there. DJ Guthrie on the stop from the for the Indians there, number 4.
So they're going to spot him just inside the 20. Third down, 7 for the Blue Devils. They're going to slot left side. Garman in the slot. Tight end right, that's Hussey. Going to drop the throw. Looking right, you're going to roll right. Quintoll looking to get rid of it. He's going to tuck it away. Quintoll going to get inside of the marking out at the 19, now the 18, as we watch the mountain climber game. 18-yard line, and it's going to be 4th down. They're going to need 6. Blue Devils need 6 for a first down, and it is 4th down.
I think it was number 8, Ottinger again on the tackle, or forced out of bounds, I should say.
The ball is just inside the 18-yard line at the right hash. 4th down. They're calling it 5. Might be closer to 6. Ball's tipped. Blue Devils dropping the throw. 2 receivers left side. They'll find Jaron Allard in sure hands. He'll make the catch. A little bit of a set down route right there at the 10-yard line. Opposite sideline. And they're going to call timeout. And Jaron Allard is on the surface. We'll hope it's a cramp.
Baker and Ledger on the tackle there for the Indians, and I don't know why they were giving him such a cushion there. They were probably good 7-8 yards off him, and all Jaron did was kind of run down about 6 yards, turn around, and Jaron hit, or I should say Quinn hit him on a pretty nice strike.
Jaron Allard is jogging off the field. He'll be back. Might have been a cramp, something like that, but he's not going to be in the huddle here. He's going to have to go to the sideline because they blew the whistle for him.
Well, he had 2 guys rolling over his legs. Sometimes that's just a little painful. You just got to get up and get the blood flowing through there and get that sting out of your legs.
So ball just inside the 10. It is 1st and goal. Blue Devils from the left hash. Play clock starts at 18 to keep it rolling. Game clock starts, 10:23 clock moving. And the Blue Devils going to call timeout. They're at the left hash. And a timeout called. Zane Durham is going to be in the huddle, in this next huddle after the timeout. He goes into the ball game. 35-16. Blue Devils on the doorstep. Blue Devils looking to cut in to that gap on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I tell you, it's fun. It's fun to sit up here and listen to moms yell back at coaches. You know, Coach Stoll was yelling, how do we not have a running back? And a mom yelled, don't blame him. Well, who should you blame? You know, if the running back's not in there and he's supposed to be in there, that's a player problem, I think.
Don't ask me. I don't want to get involved in that technical stuff.
Well, you don't want to get involved with football, moms. Trust me.
So the Blue Devils call timeout. They're utilizing the timeout. And then we're going to see Parker Capshaw in the huddle for this next play. And Zane Durham. We see Zach Ridgway, Dakota Garman. Chase Hussey going to play right tight end. On the line of scrimmage is Parker Capshaw. Behind him, right side, is Dakota Garman. Shotgun. Takes a snap and hand off. Tried to hit the hole, but the hole was not there. That was Zane Durham. As that's probably the toughest carry that Zane Durham has had all night.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, as a football coach, you see two linemen in blue turning around, looking at their running back get hit at the line of scrimmage. That is not what you want to see as a coach.
So second down, goal from the 10. Blue Devils break huddle. Play clock at 9:47. 35-16. Twin Lakes in front. Blue Devils on the doorstep. Second 10. Shotgun. Pass play. Right side. They'll pass it into flat. Catch is made. I believe that was Jaron Aller. Aller makes the catch. He gets it to the 8, maybe about the 8-yard line. Was that Dakota?
No.
To Jaron?
I think I'm not sure who it was. I thought it was Quinn throwing it, but yeah, there were quite a few Indians on the stop there.
I saw an 8 on the jersey. One or the other. So ball's back down to the 8-yard line at the right hash. Third down goal for Tipton. Blue Devils. In the backfield, Quinn Toll calling the cadence. To his right, single back is Chase Hussey. Trips to the left, split out wide right is Garman. Looking right is Quinn. Quinn's going to tuck the ball away. He's going to run it. He's going to get close to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds prior to about the 1-yard line. And Chase Hussey put a good block in for Quinn Toll.
He sure did. Again, number 8, Ottinger on the stop for the Indians. He's been very, very active today from his outside linebacker position.
So they'll go to the huddle. Fourth down goal for Tipton. Ball's at the 1.5. Now they're going to nose it up to the 1. It's at the 1. Empty backfield. Jaron Aller, right side. They're going to call a timeout. Timeout on the play. The Blue Devils are going to talk this over. This is a pretty good-sized play. Timeout necessary.
And I'm sure, like I said, the Indians are probably going to be in there on a goal line defense, you know, guys packed in the middle. So, you know, and again, they kind of got the size on the Blue Devils. So kind of see if they may throw something to the outside.
So the Blue Devils talking this over. Adjacent to the other side of the field, Twin Lakes talking it over. I tell you what, Larry, we saw some second-team players. You said that for Twin Lakes. I'm not sure they're still in the game.
Not on this play, they won't be. I can assure you that.
So the Blue Devils break huddle at the sideline. They'll go straight up to the line of scrimmage. Grayson Withrow will put his hand on the football. He'll snap it to Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll will be in a shotgun. Single man, but in the backfield behind him is Chase Hussey. Going to line up the wing back right side, Jaron Aller. Slot left. Comes a cadence. Comes a snap. Going to take it. It's going to be Quinn Toll, and he's going to walk it in. Quinn Toll with good blocking out in front. He was left side. Might have been the 3-hole. And the Blue Devils put 6 more on the scoreboard. And we're going to see Brogan Ferg again.
Yeah, and when in doubt, you run behind your big boy. Jack Roach clearing out the way, and Quinn just stepped inside in a little hole and got in.
Jack Roach, 6'4", 270. And that might be lenient.
I think I saw him today in the hallways. I think that is a little lenient.
There's the snap. There's the hole by Toll. There's the boot. Brogan Ferg, and he got it blocked. Can't return a blocked kick. Punt variety right there in high school game. Just didn't work all in sequence there.
Oh, it just didn't look smooth at all. A little low snap, and looked like Brogan hit it low as well.
A 13-point game now, Larry. This game is still available for either team.
Yeah, it's going to take a pretty good effort here for the Blue Devils to get this thing, where they can pull out a victory. But I'm sure they're going to pull out all the stops to do so.
So middle school, have you guys lost this year?
Well, our 7th grade has not. Our 8th grade has actually lost 2, and we won 2.
That sounds good. So, you're just bringing them up the ladder. That's what it's about, right?
Yeah, our number one goal is to help them become, better young men, responsible young people, better students, that type of thing. If we can coach them some football and get them ready for the next level and win a few games while we're doing it, that's kind of how our priorities lie.
That's well said, Larry. That's white. So they're going to kick off. Blue Devils, Brogan Fur, going to spot it at the 40-yard line, left hash. So he'll kick the ball that he wants to kick. That's the darker ball. That's an older football. And I tell you what, the NFL, they're talking about getting rid of those kick balls, the K balls.
They need to get rid of a lot of things with that kicking game in the NFL.
Here comes the boot. End under end. Going to bounce. Left at the 21, right into the hands of Ledger Schaefer. He'll reverse field. He'll go up the middle. He'll be stopped there at the 27-yard line. So Twin Lakes will put it in play at their own 27, 1st and 10. Ball's in the middle of the field.
Well, that looked like Leland Tim Teeter in the game to stop that kick return for the Blue Devils.
So they'll spot it 1st and 10. It's at the 28-yard line, nosed up. Blue Devils need a 3-and-out or something better.
Yeah, they sure do at this point.
So shotgun formation, Cooper Dold. Cooper Dole been living on the pass. Let's see if they stay with it. So shotgun, Cooper Dole, Wagner. Carson Wagner in the backfield. Pass play, right side of the flat, caught by Mason Brummett. He's a junior. He'll take the hand of the pass. He'll go up the Blue Devil sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 36. Going to be a loss of Smith. They'll need 2. It's going to be 2nd and 2, and there's going to be a stoppage of play right here, and then we had a cramping up, and this is a Twin Lakes player.
Sure is. Isaiah Mahaney on the stop there knocked him out of bounds, but that was a well-designed play and a good look from that Twin Lakes quarterback. Blue Devils were up in a press coverage, and then they dropped back out, and as soon as he saw that, he just swung it out on a little stand-up kind of wheel route over here and picked up a lot of good yards.
So, they say those kickballs in the NFL. I heard this said the other day. Said before the game, they would give you a kickball to let you break it in. But now they'll let you have the kickball to take home to bring it in, broken in as much as you want.
Probably have to keep it in a humidor and everything, massage and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, we got a kickball at middle school. We call it our most slippery ball. That's the one we kick off with.
Well, they say that because they say that's primarily why you've been seeing these long kicks by all these different players. 50 yards is nothing anymore.
Sure. Yeah, I was kind of making fun of that slippery ball, but, yeah, I kind of thought about maybe we could grease it up or something and kick it off, and maybe they'd fumble it back to us or something.
So DJ Guthrie helped up off the surface. He was cramping. He wears number 4. Guthrie is a sophomore. He's a backup quarterback. But Guthrie plays defensive back sometimes on defense. Immediately right there was Wagner and Brummett helping him stretch out before the trainer got to the field. So they'll line it up again. 36-yard line. 2nd down 2 for Twin Lakes. From the left hash, there's the play clock. Shotgun quarterback Cooper Dole. Wagner in the backfield. Slot left, slot right. Doing a motion away with Brummett, deep motion to hand off to Wagner. And Carson Wagner going to dive it forward. He'll pick up necessary yardage. He needed 2. He got 4.
It looked like Jack Roach and Hussey on the stop there, but they had a wide receiver kind of go in motion back deep behind. I think that was just a little eye candy to kind of freeze up maybe some linebackers or something on that, and worked out well for him.
42-yard line, 1st and 10, still in Twin Lakes territory. Clock moving, 8:12 left, fourth quarter, 35-22. Twin Lakes in front. And a lap shotgun. Wagner to backfield. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. They'll hand off. They'll go right side, find the 8-hole, and he'll get out beyond the defensive end, and that's Wagner. Wagner going to pick up 7 on a good play.
Yeah, Hussey on the tackle, but Wagner had a nice head of steam. As soon as he got that ball, he was on a roll.
But Cooper Dole had to get there in a hurry and reach to get that ball to Wagner.
It moved a little bit in his hand as well. So, he had to get on his horse because Wagner was up and going.
So from the 49-yard line, ball still in Twin Lakes territory, the right hash. Twin Lakes break huddle. They'll bring Meade out here as a split end, and the slot left side, closest to us, is Mason Brummett. They'll line up the slot right side, short side of field. Shotgun, Cooper Dole. Wagner, pass play, right side in a hurry. And they're going to pick up necessary yardage. That was a quick play. That was not really a double screen.
Yeah, Durham again, but very similar to the other side from what they did earlier. Again, Devils were up in a press kind of coverage and went back out of it, and as soon as the quarterback saw that, he just whipped it out there short and had good blocking as well.
So Twin Lakes moves the ball into Tipton territory. Ball's resting at the 44-yard line of Tipton. Right hash, the break up. Twin Lakes Indians to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds on the play clock. Game clock at 6:40 left here in the fourth. Double slot, left side, 3 receivers, 1 to the right. They'll hand off to Wagner. Wagner going to work it outside. He's going to get a 9-yard gain, and they're just using Wagner to kind of mop this game up.
Yeah, Durham on the tackle, but Coach O'Shea didn't get all those wins by being dumb. He's milking that clock now, keeping it on the ground or short passes, possession type of passing, and moving the ball right down the field.
I tell you what, Coach Kevin O'Shea grew up a quarterback, threw passes to his brother at McCutcheon in high school, and then they both went to Franklin, and they did that some more. And his dad's on the coaching staff, Frank O'Shea. Got to meet him today. That was nice. The handoff. Wagner, again, the ball carrier. He'll work it up the middle. They'll pick up necessary yardage. They'll move the chains now. He'll get just inside the 30. Tipton territory. It's going to be 1st and 10, Twin Lakes.
Brady Henderson and Springer on the tackle there for the Blue Devils.
So just inside the 30-yard line. Ball nosed up to the 29-yard line. Twin Lakes getting the play from the sideline. Coach Kevin O'Shea. He likes the passing game, and he's doing well with these Twin Lakes Indians.
Yeah, it's a very well-designed passing offense.
So double slot, left side. Trips to the left. Meade far out. Left side. They'll hand off the middle. Wagner. Carson Wagner going to get inside the 25. Just inside the 25. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for Twin Lakes at the Blue Devils 24.
Springer and Hawkins, and I think the Blue Devils are going to get a steady diet of Carson Wagner here for the remainder of the game.
Blue Devils going to break huddle right there defensively. Blue Devils need to stop. They need to stop right here. And, the scoreboard sounds better at 35 than it would at 42.
Yeah, that it sure does. But, they're going to have to stop. I'm sure there's going to be another one here to Carson Wagner.
Slide right, slide left. Deep motion is Ledger. Ledger flat, Schaefer. Hand off up the middle, not much of a gain. Good stop there. Carson Wagner tripped up after a gain of 1 by the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Henderson again on the stop for the Blue Devils.
So 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Short gain here or a tackle for a loss, and they'll have to make a decision whether they want to kick or not.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll go for it again. But then again, with Need's leg, they might indeed try a field goal.
So slot left, Brummett in the slot. Twins, right side. Shotgun, Cooper Toll. Wagner in the backfield. Dropping the throw, he's looking left. Pass is caught by Brummett. Mason Brummett going to go inside the 10, and they're going to say he got out of bounds about 6 or 7. That sideline judge was watching his tippy toes, and this field is so true, he could watch him easily.
Yeah, Zach Emerson on the stop there. But, again, every time then when you start thinking you're going to get Carson Wagner again, they fake it to him and pitch it out here to the sideline.
So they pick up a first down. It's going to be first and goal. Mason Brummett makes another catch. He seems to be the clutch receiver.
Yeah, he sure is.
So they'll work it from there. 8-yard line, first and goal. Left hash. Going to hand off to Wagner. Wagner's going to get slowed down, and the Blue Devils going to stop him for no gain.
Yeah, Joe Vaughn on the stop there.
So no gain. Clock moving. 3:26 left here in the fourth quarter. All spotted at the 7-yard line. They pick up a gain of 1. Second down goal for Twin Lakes. Ball's resting just inside the left hatch. As mentioned, Twin Lakes going toward the scoreboard. They're going to the north. Blue Devils is going to try to set up a wall there. 3:02 clock moving. Play clock's at 7. They're at the line of scrimmage. Then final instruction from the sideline. They're going to call timeout. So Twin Lakes, even though they weren't sure the play clock was getting down there, Dole looked to Coach O'Shea, says call timeout.
Yeah. They, obviously want to put one in here, too.
I tell you what, Coach O'Shea, you think about his days at Central Catholic. At Central Catholic, he was there 9 years, as you mentioned. 9 years, 5 state titles. That is amazing. But in that 9 years, he had a 48-game winning streak with Central Catholic, and that included 3 of them. And then I found out at a baseball clinic, a guy told me, he said, that used to be the national record, 48-game win streak. He said that was broken by a team in Pennsylvania. They had a 56.
Again, it's his career at the LCC, 114-10, and that's just unbelievable.
I'm going to line up. Shotgun. Cooper Dole. Left hash. Ball resting, 7-yard line. Blue Devils going to scoot in. Hand off to Wagner. He's going to go left side, try to break the perimeter. And he got the perimeter broke, but he got to the 1. Didn't get in the end zone. And that's the first time they ran him left side in the ball game. And he's more of a straight-ahead runner.
Yeah, he sure is. But it was a nice little move there in the hole.
So they spotted at the 1. It's nosed up to the 1-yard line. Game clock at 2:30. Clock moving here in the fourth quarter. 35-22. Blue Devils, line of scrimmage defensively. 3rd and goal for Twin Lakes. Shotgun, Cooper Toll. Right behind him is Carson Wagner, single back in the backfield. Looking for the capes, looking for the snap. They're going to call timeout. They're taking some time off the board. Using a timeout strategically. He wants to just wean the clock.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of it as well.
So they'll have a conversation there and talking it over. But I tell you what, Larry, you've got to – how many games do you have left at the middle school level?
Well, let's see. I know we got Hamilton Heights, Western, Kokomo. I think there's somebody else in there. I can't. Western Heights, Tri-Central. Yeah, somebody else in there. I just can't figure it out right now.
That's a pretty good schedule for middle school.
Yeah. It's we got 9 games this year. Usually have 8, and we're we play some pretty big schools that we really don't have business playing anymore. The Kokomos and the Logan Sports and even what I'm thinking of Lapel anymore. So we're going to try to rework that maybe here in the year or two coming up, but see what we can figure out.
That's pretty good. I tell you what, we get a second here. We'll see if we can run through these Class 2A Associated Press poll. There's 20 listed here. We'll talk about them in a minute if we can, but I'm hoping we'll get a turnover on downs here shortly. So at the line of scrimmage, 1 yard line. Third down goal, Twin Lakes. Shotgun. He's lined up in a pistol. He's under center now. Under center, Dold, and he's going to try to run it in. He'll throw the ball across the plane, and he'll reach out and break the plane with that football. Cooper Dold, he started in a pistol. That's a 3-yard snap, and he got under center and took the snap.
He's a long, lanky guy, so that's probably not a bad idea.
So pretty good play there. I'm sure he got that from the man himself.
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
And we say that with wholeheartedly.
Yeah, absolutely. One name I haven't seen here that I saw earlier in the game was Will Wolford. I don't know whether he injured something or what's going on with him, but hasn't been in the game.
Point after touchdown. Kick variety is good. Again, for Ethan Need. So Ethan Need, 6 for 6. Point after touchdowns with that right foot.
Yeah, he's been money with his leg too.
So, tell you what, Larry, it's 42-22. Blue Devils going to receive. I wrote these down this week. Adams Central, they're at number 1 in Class 2A. They're 2-0. Indianapolis Lutheran, they're 2-0. And Indianapolis Lutheran is at Western tonight. That'd be interesting to see that score. 2-0 at number 3 is Brownstown Central. 2-0 at number 4 is LaPel. We knew that was coming. 1-1 at number 5, Linton Stockton. 1-1 at number 6, Heritage Christian. 2-0 at number 7. There's 2 teams tied for number 7. Eastbrook is the first one. They're in sectional 36, and they are at Frankton tonight. At number 7, the other one is Andrean. They're 1-1. Number 9, you go down to 9 because you skipped 8 because you had tie there. Number 9, Triton Central. They're 2-0. They beat the Huskies. Huskies lost to them. At number 10, Alexandria, they're 2-0. They're at Elwood tonight, and they're also in sectional 36 with Tipton. That's going to be a loaded sectional. So here comes the kickoff. There's a whistle. Ethan Need. Here's the approach. End under end, not so high on the elevation. It's going to go to the end zone. They're going to say he's got to run it out. He must have caught it at the 1, but bringing it back out of there was Isaiah Mahaney. Might have got it out to the 15. Blue Devils will put it in play at their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's try to finish these up. At number 11 this week, 2-0 Bluffton. Tipton is familiar with Bluffton. We played them. At number 11, also tied at number 11, 2-0 Eastern Comets. They're in sectional 36. They're at Delphi tonight. At number 11, also North Posey, they're 2-0. East Side at number 14, they're 1-1. And we'll finish up 15 and beyond in just a moment. Blue Devils going to line up in a shotgun. Single man in the backfield, Zane Durham. Just under 2 minutes left, 1:59, change of possession. Hand off to Durham, right to left, so go back right. He'll keep those legs churning, and he runs like a deer. He keeps a low elevation, but still runs like a deer. Zane Durham going to pick up a first down for the Blue Devils. They'll mark it out at the 29.
Yeah, Zane is fun to watch. He's got a nice little bounce to his step and always runs with his eyes open and looking for a hole.
The Blue Devils going to line up in trips right side. Closest man, Parker Capshaw, and Zach Ridgway, and then Emberton. That's Zach Emberton. Zane Durham in the backfield. Shotgun quarterback is Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll going to take the handoff. He'll go pass. Right side, Parker Capshaw. Capshaw going to be capsuled in right there. He won't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to call him back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a second down and 10.
Ottinger again. We've called his name quite a bit tonight from his outside linebacker position. He's had a fantastic game for the Indians.
We're trying to finish this up at 2-0, number 15, Northeastern. 2-0, number 16, Seeger, tied with them at 16, 2-0. Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devils at number 16, tied with Seeger Patriots. And we'll talk about 18 to 20 here in a moment. Shotgun, quarterback, Quinn Toll, handoff right to left. No, he'll take the handoff. He'll keep the football. He'll go out beyond the 35 to the 36. And it's going to bring up about 3 yards shy. Third down, 3.
You want to guess who was at the tackle there, AJ? Maybe number 8, Ottinger again? Yes, sir.
So we'll finish this up at number 18, tied at 18. 1-1, that's Lafayette Central Catholic. 2-0, that's Centerville. And at number 20 this week in Class 2A rankings, Associated Press, 2-0, Indianapolis Cecina Crusaders. Make the handoff. Quinn Toll going to keep it. He's got a first down. Quinn Toll going to get out to the 45-yard line. Game clock has 9 seconds. They'll stop the clock for a moment. They'll roll the clock. It's 42-22. Blue Devils are going to roll the clock, and that's going to finish the ball game, Larry. Final score here tonight: Twin Lakes Indians 42, Tipton Blue Devils 22.
Well, again, saw some good things out of the Blue Devils tonight, but just giving up too many big chunk plays, and that's something they're going to have to eliminate, if they want to put more wins on the board.
And right there, Coach Quinn Toll walks out, shaking hands with Kevin O'Shea. Kevin O'Shea using a motorized transportation, but that's okay. I've been to Bud Wright's practice. He uses a golf cart sometimes.
Sure he does. Yeah, a lot of wins between those two men, and like I said, guys that know each other quite well as well. So a lot of football in both those guys, and a lot of football left in them too.
So we do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention next week for the Twin Lakes Indians, next Friday, the 12th of September, they will host Lafayette Central Catholic the night. It's going to be a 7 o'clock start. And the Tipton Blue Devils next week on Friday, September 12th, 7 o'clock start. Tipton will be at Western. Western has a different coach. We've got a guy named Arby, and he's pretty good. He came from Kokomo. He's got a real good record. I think he's won twice as many as he's lost.
Whenever you do that, you're going to have a good record. So that ought to be a good game, and one of our many road games. You and I are going to be on the road next week.
So we'll be there too. I hope you can tune in. The game's at 7. If you'll tune in about 6:30, we'll hope to talk to both coaches and then bring a free game and then the ball game to you. Thank you for listening, and I do hope you got to listen, or you want to re-listen at the outset of this game. You can listen to Rick Venturi, former coach for the Indianapolis Colts. He knows his stuff, and you can catch a podcast. But if you can listen to reset this particular game, Twin Lakes and Tipton, listen to the outset of it, and you can listen to Rick Venturi, about a 9-minute interview. And what a quality guy. I like him more and more every time I talk with him.
Yeah, he's like I said, whenever you can get the ear and listen to a guy that's been around football as long as he has, that's definitely a good listen.
So we're going to bow out here. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.